All right. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. That was crazy. It was kind of dumb. But we're gonna get started now. This is not just any RPG. We're playing through Masks of Nyarlathotep in Call of Cthulhu. Um, First, let me introduce myself and my players. I am the keeper, the GM, Pierce. Um, I'm pretty much the I'm pretty much going to be the GM for the foreseeable future. Then we have Emma D playing Amelia. We have Emma N playing Merrick. Justin playing Princeton Philips, Professor Phillips. Anthony playing Sam Starwood, and Luke playing Sir Harold Godfrey. So I guess let me do this first because I forget and always have to do it at the end. Thank you to Syrinscape for the sounds, letting us use your sounds and music on stream.
Thank you to Milo Paulus
Yep.
as well.
For
Sorry.
Syrinscape, if you're running your own campaign and you're really interested in getting some immersive sound, check it out. Syrinscape. Just Google that. And yeah, we're gonna get started. We have Professor Phillips writing a little bit of a journal entry for our recap and introduction.
Okay. Day 3. It all started simply enough. Aside from the chaotic events from the day before, we went on a camping trip to finally go to Puno. We got to meet Naira, totally Jackson's girlfriend, by the way, where he told us all about the Karasir. White dudes who suck the fat off other people, and about a god that fell through the earth, but sealed away with magic gold bars. Our gold bar! And apparently Larkin is part of a cult. Who cares about that? But beyond that, we haven't experienced anything too weird. In fact, everything was coming up Princeton with Sir Godfrey, finally getting that jaguar in a glorious battle between man and nature. Enough to fill libraries with all that experience alone. He told me all about it when we went to head back to camp. It was this amazing story before we were rudely interrupted by Merrick and Amelia doing their own thing in the woods. And Sam, he got hurt, the worst of all, by the Karasiri. He was affected just like I did, in the chest. He had the mark. We are brothers. But alas, we all survived, and we ventured forth toward the pyramid. Something was weird about it. Larkin couldn't go through and decided to rest without us back at the camp, which should have been the first red flag that something was up. But here we are, venturing on through the pyramid, waded through the pool of corpses, and came across a room full of gold. Dispatched a few zombies along the way, my turn, with my bare fists, and decided to venture even further. I led the way this time, gun in hand, but on my knees as it got narrower and narrower. Then we came across a mummified corpse. I decided to let my curiosity get the best of me and peer into the coffin. The corpse was no longer a corpse, but an animated one that grabbed my face and attacked me. Luckily, Godfrey shot the mummy. Unluckily, the mummy's head had a worm in it that leapt and burst onto my face and attacked me with acid and sprayed across all my eyes. My left side of my face was ruined forever, but I tried to fight it without it leaving a mark, but after killing it, it was no use. I had to find something for me to be able to look at my own face. Thus, Sam thought it'd be a good idea to give me the mask to look at. I thought it wouldn't work, but as I looked right into it, I was transported to another place outside of time, with a man looking at me, calling me a pawn before setting me on my way. The mask's powers were true. I went insane right then and there, shitting the whole place before being knocked out. When I awoke, I was finally outside, never thinking to go back again. I went to Larkin to ask for a new pair of pants, and he was nothing more than a vessel for the Dark Pharaoh to control my mind and demand that I go back into the pyramid and remove some more gold. Thus, I got the whole group to follow me back into the pyramid to get gold. I had gotten a few more bars out before I was bested by Merrick in a brawl. Finally, I was out. Then Godfrey was to be next before Jackson prevented that from happening by killing Larkin on the spot before anything else could happen. Unfortunately, my face is forever ruined, beyond repair. My good eye is now out of commission. I can't see out of it. With my bad eye, I see that my left side of my face is garish with this harsh scar from the tip of my head all the way to the bottom of my lip. I can't live the rest of my life like this. However long it takes, I will make sure that I will return myself to my former glory.
All right, and so with that, we've left. That was good. That was good. There were some character flourishes in there about how Princeton thinks events went. when they really went a little bit differently. Um, so that's how we've left our characters. They've made their way back to Lima. The truck drivers were a little bit confused about where Larkin happened to be, but they'd been paid, so they took it right back to Lima. Um, you all spent the night in Lima and tried to get on the next boat out of there. Unfortunately, you were going to have to spend another day in Lima, in Peru. Um, when you've woken up in the morning, you all gather for breakfast. Um, and Jackson pulls out a paper while you're at breakfast here. I have to put it in player resources. He doesn't pull out did I say a picture? He pulls out a newspaper clipping. And on this clipping is an article from 1919. I'll put it on stream in just a second. But somebody can go ahead and read that if they'd like.
Let's go. I'm going to continue reading. Princeton Philips grabs the article. Big Apple Dateline. Roger Carlyle, the playboy whom everybody knows, or knows about, is quietly leaving New York tomorrow to check out the tombs of Egypt. You've seen the cuties Roger has found in the night spots. Who can doubt he'll dig up someone, or something, equally fabulous from the Egyptian sands?
Yes. So he pulls that out. One of you reads it, or he reads it, and he pretty simply says, I have plenty of material here for my book. This has been quite the experience. I think you'd all agree with that. I'm going to take some time off after I write this down like I typically do, but, well, I have an idea of what I might be going after next in a few years. If you'd all like to, I could use some help researching this expedition that they went on. At the library, they have some New York papers where a lot of stories about the expedition were published.
Sitting around, or say something?
Yes, he's asking you if you'd like to go with him.
Is there? Fine, I guess. Are there a lot of people in the library? Because, obvious reasons.
I'm sure if you stand in the back, nobody will pay too much attention.
Perfect. I guess I'll come. And anything to get my spirits up.
Okay, so you all head down to the library. I assume the rest of you are following. Led by Jackson. And you spend some time. It's a beautiful library. Again, Lima at this point is a very westernized city. They're really trying to keep up with kind of what America looks like at this time, what England looks like at this time. And so it's a big, beautiful library. You go back to the newspaper section, and you all spend kind of the day there. And we're gonna get into some of the things that you find about this Carlisle expedition. So first, what we have is this. Let me put it in player resources for you guys. Anybody who wants to read that can. Sorry, guys, we had an audio issue here. I'm just going to read this real quick. Carlisle expedition embarks for London. Led by the fabulously wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle, the Carlisle expedition departed this morning for Southampton aboard the British steamship Imperial Standard. Contrary to earlier reports, the expedition will perform researches in London under the auspices of the Penhew Foundation before continuing to Egypt next month. Readers may recall the enormous party which Mr. Carlyle, now 24, gave at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel upon reaching his majority. Since then, scandals and indelicate behavior have become Carlyle's trademark, but he has never become tarnished in the eyes of Manhattanites. Members of the expedition have been reluctant to reveal their purpose in Egypt. Other expedition members, renowned Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew is assistant leader of the team and in charge of excavations. Dr. Robert Houston, a fashionable Freudian psychologist, accompanies the expedition to pursue parallel researches into ancient pictographs. Miss Hypatia Masters, linked in the past to Carlyle, will act as a photographer and archivist. Mr. Jack Brady, intimate to Mr. Carlyle, accompanies the group as general factotum. Additional members may be secured while in London.
I can read it. Hello. Okay. So, Cairo, AP, Sir Aubrey Penhew, temporary spokesman for the Carlisle expedition, indicated Thursday that the leaders are taking ship to East Africa. To East Africa for a well-earned rest. Sir Aubrey debunked rumors that the expedition had discovered clues to the legendary wealth of the lost mines of King Solomon, maintaining that the party was going on safari in respite from our sandy labors. Roger Carlyle, wealthy New York leader of the expedition, was unavailable for comment, still suffering from his recent sunstroke. Discussing that unfortunate incident, local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at this time of year, and suggested that the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm, rumored to have led him to personally wield pick and shovel.
I fold it up and just throw it at Merrick. Merrick, can you read this?
Sure. Erica Carlisle arrives in Africa. Mombasa, Reuters. Yeah. In response to clues, Miss Erica Carlisle, sister to the American leader of the Lost Carlisle expedition, arrived in port today, aboard the Egyptian vessel Fount for Life. Several Kikuyu? Okay, yeah. Villager reports recently have been received concerning the putative massacre of unnamed whites near the Aberdare forest. Miss Carlisle declared her intention to find her brother, regardless of the effort needed. She brought with her the nucleus of a large expedition, detailing agents to coordinate supply and other activities with colony representatives. Miss Carlisle and the remainder of her party depart for Nairobi tomorrow. Her companion, Miss Victoria Post, indirectly emphasized Miss Carlisle's purposefulness by recounting the rigors of the voyage.
There's more?
Jesus.
Billy Mays here.
Sir Godfrey. You want to read? I guess it's me. Hey guys, look at this. Carlisle expedition feared lost. Mombasa, Reuters. Upland police representatives today asked for public assistance concerning the possible disappearance of the Carlisle expedition. No word of the party has been received in nearly 2 months. The group includes wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle and 4 other American citizens, as well as Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew of the United Kingdom. The expedition left for Nairobi on August 3rd, ostensibly on safari, but rumor insisted that they actually were after legendary biblical treasures. Carlyle and his party reportedly intended to explore portions of the Great Rift Valley to the northwest of Nairobi.
Oh, I know why that was happening.
You have to read that thing again.
I can read it again. I'm pretty quick with the reading.
So I'm actually not.
So
Okay.
five Nandi tribesmen, convicted ringleaders of the vicious Carlisle expedition, were executed this morning after a short, expertly conducted trial. To the end, the tribesmen steadfastly refused to reveal why they had slaughtered Mr. Carlisle and his companions. Mr. Harvest, acting for the colony, cleverly implied throughout the trial that the massacre was racial in motivation, and that the fair-skinned victims were subject to the most savage treatment, preventing all but the most preliminary identification of the remains. Miss Erica Carlisle, defeated in her efforts to rescue her brother, left several weeks ago, but is surely comforted now by the triumph of justice. Sorry about the audio issues. I have them fixed now. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yay.
So
Good thing I checked.
So I apologize for wasting all of your final days in Peru, but I must say, I don't know, it seems a little fishy to me. I don't know. What do you all have the story pieced together? It seems to me. I know that was a lot of information that we just
I'm an
read all in
archaeologist,
one
not
day.
a doctor.
Oh my god. But it seems to me the Carlisle expedition, fronted by a playboy, which is not that weird on its own. Lots of wealthy people want to be the ones to discover things. Went to England for some reason. They picked up Aubrey Penhew of the Penhew Foundation. An Egyptology place, and they went to Egypt, and then they went to Nairobi afterwards on safari. They went to Kenya, and they disappeared, and it later came back that they were massacred.
That sucks.
That's
That was pretty close to happening to us
I
yesterday.
mean,
really
that was pretty
sad.
close to happening to
Jackson.
me. You mean?
Well, we weren't attacked by a tribe. They
True.
blamed it on a tribe. I don't know. I've been to Africa a couple of times. The Nandis I don't think would commit racialized acts of violence.
You don't like racists.
The locals seem to love
We
me
don't.
whenever I go.
The locals are quite friendly. A lot of them, not all of them, unfortunately, but quite a few of them are. It just seems fishy to me. Why go to England? Why, after you fail in Egypt, are you going to Kenya?
That is a good question.
Why not go to
He-
England?
You would say that.
Yeah, we don't like England.
Yeah, England is garbage. By the way, I'm saying that in character. I just want you to...
I high five
I'd
Jackson.
say so.
I don't know.
I
The
may be
beans
an
for
arch-
breakfast were pretty good.
Thank you, Sam.
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry I wasted your final day in Peru. It was fishy to me. I might check it out in a few years, see if this is true. I may never look into this again. It's not. It just
You know
seems
what they
fishy.
say? Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance.
Amen.
That is true. That is what they would say if they were here in Peru. They would say that for sure.
But they're not.
So, you all, head back to your hotel room after a long, long day in the library. Your knowledge, a little bit of knowledge about the Carlisle expedition, the fact that they existed and kind of what happened to them after they failed.
Can I go to a hospital?
You can do that in America.
You can do that in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get expensive healthcare.
I would assume considering Sam carries around like basically a doctor's bag, that he would have patched you up enough that you could make it back to like your doctor in America.
That makes logical sense.
Okay.
You're definitely very high, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you all head back for the night. You get on a train to the coast, and you're able to take a ship north up to America, and you all say your goodbyes, farewells, and you go
Hope I
home.
never have to see you again. Peace out.
Some of you might stay in contact. Jackson certainly stays in contact with all of you. He sends you letters, the occasional holiday card,
Aw.
letting him know, letting you into what's going on. I guess I should switch away from the streets of Lima.
Chugga.
Several of you live in New York, so we'll switch straight to New York. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go over what you've done in the time skip. Jackson, you get bits and pieces of what he's doing. He takes that long break like he said he was going to, but after a few years, he definitely is on the move again. The letters are stamped from further places away, different places around the world. He just letting you know, like, one of them comes from England, stuff like that. Just and some of them just say in them, like, I think I'm onto something big here. I may need your help in the future. But that's Jackson's 4-year gap as we know it. What are the rest of you up to? I know some of you have some secret things that you did that will be revealed later, and I won't reveal who does. Could be
Yeah,
any
you
of you.
should.
Could be
You
all
should.
of you. Could be
Godfrey
100%
laughing.
of you. Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing that I totally forgot. Jackson, before you guys left, would have been like, what are we gonna do with that mask?
I'm keeping it.
Burn it
Is
or
anyone?
like melt it or something. Like
I yell at Sam. Sam, did you throw that out?
I'm keeping it.
No, he should recycle it.
no.
As long as I don't
Some
see it
random
again, I don't care.
recycling guy like
I never
looks
wanna
into
see
it and
this
it's like,
again.
what the?
Yeah,
hell
y'all
is
won't see it
going on?
again. It'll be mine.
Okay. I hope I never have to see any of you guys ever again. You guys have been awful, terrible.
Princeton,
For you,
that's very
Jackson.
rude.
What do you mean
Thank you.
terrible?
Do you not like my dog?
Okay, Aries, you're cool. Jackson, you're pretty cool too.
You started off hitting on me and now you think we're terrible people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I never want
You
to
must
see
be
any
a
of you again.
Gemini. You must be a Gemini.
Okay. All right. You also believe in all that stuff. All right. Next time I see you guys, I am running out the door. Don't talk to me. Peace out.
I'll be sending you letters, my friend Princeton.
Jackson, you're cool. I will accept that letter. Send me
Okay.
Christmas cards.
Is anyone gonna fight Sam on him
Yeah.
keeping it?
I mean,
As I'm turning
kind
around-
of not cool with you just keeping it. Why can't we like melt it down or something?
I'm keeping it.
Sam, give one good
But I
reason
feel
why
like
you
it's
should keep
dangerous.
It's mine.
it. Okay.
I feel like it's dangerous. It's not yours.
I guess
I am particularly in favor of burying it out in the wilderness.
But then someone
I
could
am
dig it
not
up
a
and
fan
find
of
it.
that
I
one.
think we
That
should
sounds like a
melt it
terrible
down
idea, Jackson.
Like
and
6 against 1.
pour
Alright.
it somewhere.
I'd rather break it or leave it with Sam.
Well,
Not
if
a
you
fan
heat
of
it up
burying
hot
the woods
enough,
idea.
it should melt. It's
Sam, look
it's
into
like
the mask.
metal.
Look
It
into the
also
mask.
appears to be magic, so who knows if that would work. It might. I'm not sure. But
We don't know. We could try.
One thing we know is not to give it to the Brits and they'll put it in a museum. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, definitely not that.
That's what the, yeah.
No.
I won't even hold it for you guys. So, good luck.
He
going
went near
to-
it once.
Yeah,
He's
you
not
can.
doing it again. Okay, if you like lock it in a drawer and like put it somewhere where honestly you'll probably forget it is, like where it is, then sure, Sam. But otherwise, we need to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with that mask?
I'll probably lock it up and forget about it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know
Alright.
if I trust you, but okay.
That told me. That's good. I
I,
trust him. What has he done that's like wouldn't let you trust him?
I mean, he kind of gave you that mask, and you know, kind of went insane. Did you guys not remember that?
I mean,
No.
was that his fault? I don't.
Yeah.
Definitely not his
And he
fault.
kept
Seems like
defending-
you're on the brink of insanity right now.
Yeah.
Also,
Don't-
you hadn't seen
be a
anything in the
victim.
mask before.
Yeah,
so
that's why you willingly looked into it. Remember?
I mean, Sam, you kind of knew how dangerous it was.
Did he though? He didn't look into it.
He didn't look
Yeah.
into it.
I mean,
I've never
God, you
looked
saw
into
Godfrey pee himself. And...
I didn't
Listen.
I
pee
don't know,
myself,
that's not normal for an adult
and I
British
saw
male.
it.
I mean, Godfrey is pretty old.
I
Yeah.
Whenever
listen,
you get old,
Probably
sometimes
a
you don't
normal
control your
occurrence.
bladder.
I don't like
Like-
this conversation.
British people suck.
listen.
Just
Not
kidding.
to offend any British viewers,
British people, you don't actually suck, okay?
but your country in
You
You
its
like
history
some tea.
does. Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
it though.
So, is anyone? Listen, I don't want this to go on for much longer because it seems like we have two distinct sides. I feel like Sam is not going to break on this. So the other
not.
side, those who don't want Sam to keep it, would you break at some point? I know Anthony's characters, and they're not apt to breaking on arguments.
Yeah.
See,
So-
As
If
long
you-
as I never see it again, I'm good.
You won't see it again.
I don't
He's-
trust that shit. I don't think it should be in the hands of anybody.
Listen, if I am not particularly I don't love this plan. However, it does seem like Sam steals a lot of things. He's much more worried about things than even our lives. So
This is one thing he should not steal.
perhaps it will get lost in the sea of junk that I'm sure fills his apartment. And nobody will ever see it again.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Fine
don't
with
like
me.
it.
Sam, you got the mask, but Jackson
I don't
just
like
shit
it.
on you hard.
Oh, again.
Shit on you harder than I shit on
I
you.
would have said something, but what he said was true.
I don't like the plan.
But would you be willing to just concede so we can keep him moving?
I mean, personally, no.
Okay.
But
I'm not,
I
and
begrudgingly.
this can be a source of tension in you and Sam, but just so we're not sitting here arguing about it
Yeah.
we got a lot of information.
Sam, I don't think you should have it, but you know what? I will never see you again, so
Same here.
do what you want.
All right.
Peace out.
So now, go fast forwarding again. Now we're going into the 4-year gap between
Oh, yes.
1921 and 1925. What did all of you do during this long 4-year gap? Anyone can jump out. I know some of you have some secret stuff.
All right.
You're not
I
gonna
wrote a
got
book.
married. I got married.
Amelia Adler becomes Amelia Greenwald.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Why weren't any of us invited to the wedding?
I didn't have your addresses or anything.
You could have asked Jackson.
Jackson
You could have
came.
asked Jackson.
Was
Jackson,
the dog
no,
the
Jackson
best
came.
man? Was the dog
Yes.
the maid of honor or best man? Which was
He
it?
Best
was the
dog.
ring bearer.
Oh, aw.
He was the ring bear. He had a little bear costume.
Yeah.
Sure. Adorable.
Yeah.
Fun.
Awesome.
Anybody else have
yeah.
any public things that happened to them?
So, with mostly, I spent some time with my niece. I put some money away for her so she would never have to worry about school or any financial things. And then the rest, well, I kept hunting my guy, and to no avail. No. No good things. Although I did get close, but, you know, I can feel it. In my gut.
Never found that guy in Peru in
For 4 years.
Yep.
Nope.
Princeton, what did you get up to that is not secret?
So I went back to New Jersey, and I tried my best to fix a scar all across my face. I took all my riches, took all my life savings, just to get the surgery done. But unfortunately, it made things worse. It didn't work out, and I kept on obsessively trying to do it. Now I'm blind in one eye, and now the scars have gotten worse. It looks really bad. My wife left me. We tried to make it work. It didn't work. And now I'm a professor at a community college.
All right. Yeah, you took all your life savings. Sam, what's up with you past 4 years that isn't secret?
Well, nothing's secret. So I've been going to night.
I was just trying not to reveal who has secrets and who doesn't. I was gonna say that to everybody.
Didn't say it to me.
Because you
I've been
went
going
of
to
your own
night school
accord.
again,
That's true.
to try to get licensed to practice medicine. In the end, I got a piece of paper that says I can. And
From what university?
from Queens.
From Columbia, you know, the country.
So,
Sort of
in
legal
addition
in
to
the
working
States.
at the circus, I now have a small medical practice. Dealing in medicine.
While swallowing fire.
Dealing in medicine. Sir Godfrey, what did you get up to that wasn't secret over the gap?
I wrote an adventure novel of our time in Peru.
Okay. Fiction or nonfiction?
Extremely fiction.
Okay. Am I in it?
Everyone's in it.
Aww.
Hopefully Jack. I
Please
really
tell
hope
me
he's
you
with
changed
here.
my name. I cannot have anybody finding me.
Nope.
Where can I read it? Did you publish it?
This is great.
I did.
You know,
Piers,
not
how
like my
popular was the
job
book? Did it make it
requires
over
me
to the
to be-
U.S.?
Yeah, probably made it over to the U.S. in like pockets and stuff. It basically people who like fiction, adventure novels, and also people who had read about this expedition from Jackson's book and also Jack's paper, his article on it. So it probably did fairly well. Didn't do like amazing or anything. It wasn't like a bestseller, but
Awesome. Okay. So there was no of the fat sucker dudes. I forgot what their name was.
oh, you
Tertiary?
left them out. Yeah, 'cause
there's
you
no
didn't see
face
them.
Suckers.
The
Yeah, there's no
cartoon.
face suckers. There's not really any supernatural stuff. I left out the disintegrating people. The guys in the pyramid we found were just crazy, rabid locals who were trying to kill us for invading their pyramid.
Nice.
How do I fit in the story?
Yeah.
What about
The
my
same way that you fit into the real story.
Yeah,
Oh.
just about. There wasn't a whole lot that changed, except for instead of getting attacked in the face by a bug, you've the dangling mummy moved a little bit from wind or something, and then you passed out, and then that was the end of your story.
Amen.
And half the book is me and Sam in the jungle.
This
That's half
sounds
the
like
book.
the makings of Princeton's villain origin story.
Yeah.
His villain
Him, reading
arc.
this book.
I'm like, I'm not in this at all.
Half the book is just him, Jackson. It's like him, in the book it says like me, Jackson, Sam, and some Peruvian guy I met.
And our
Says he's a
fine
professor.
Peruvian guide fellow.
Not true.
Okay, so that was your 4 years. After these fine 4 years, you eventually receive, each of you, receive a telegram from one Jackson Elias, if I can put it
Good.
up.
God, what does he want from me now?
Yeah, man, I thought I told him not to talk to me ever again.
That's actually, you specifically told him he could contact you. This was like 5 minutes ago. in real life, it was like 5 minutes ago. All right.
You know what would be really cool if we all popcorn this, because like we're all reading at the same time.
I could just read this in
Aw.
Jackson's, because it's Jackson.
Oh, how short it is.
Yeah. So this was sent on January 3rd, 1925. It was, yeah. Have information concerning Carlisle expedition. Stop. Need reliable investigative team. Stop. Meet January 15th, New York. Stop. And with that is a little, it's like a menu for a restaurant. So it's fairly nice. It's like a steakhouse in New York. Not a steakhouse. Never mind. Retconning it immediately. It's just like a pizza place in New York.
He writes fancy steakhouse, crosses it out. It's a pizza place.
He writes like, this is near my hotel. Meet like 7 p.m. Meet 7 p.m. January 15th. So you all arrive in New York in your own way. Some of you live in New York. How do all of you get there?
Take
Train.
a bus
Train.
Train, car. Do you
I ride my
drive?
bike.
Do you have a
I
driver?
there. I hitchhike.
My man from England. How do you get to New York?
I mean, well, they got airplanes, right?
Yes, but it's not common to have
Overseas.
cross-Atlantic travel in airplanes.
So you swim there.
By not common, do you mean expensive or like they just don't do it?
They do it. It's very expensive.
Like how expensive?
Like pretty expensive. I can
Like-
look it up if you'd like.
Like a private jet, basically.
Yeah, look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, look that up for me.
I drive, but I switch out cars very frequently, so no one can
Wait.
follow me steadily.
Wow, that's a lot of money. It's like in Psycho.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I tell you some of that money and riches went towards my hunt and towards funding my stuff, it went towards funding my stuff, man. I got some money now.
I hitchhiked with some very unique characters, so I'll say that much. You know?
Okay,
Maybe they just live-
never mind. Aircraft average only 100 miles per hour and are limited to flights of no more than a few hundred miles.
So
Never
no
mind, I took a
cross-Atlantic
very
Go on a
nice boat.
cruise.
on a heavy
Um,
boat.
Wonder if you took that big boat, the one that starts with the T, Titanic.
No.
That one only had one voyage and it didn't go so well.
Yeah, no.
So, you all arrive in New York in your own ways. What kind of accommodations are you going to make in New York? Are you going to stay there for a while? Is that in the plan, or are you just going to come in for this meeting in the evening and then go home? I assume the person coming all the way from England is going to stay here for at least the night.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
I come mostly for the meeting, but I don't really go home very often, so I'll probably stay a few days.
Where? Okay.
Does anyone really know?
No.
Homeless.
Okay.
No.
You could stay at like
I stay at a
the Archer Hotel or the
yeah. I stay at the
West
hotel
Inn.
under an alias.
Okay. The West Inn, Archer Hotel, Art
Yeah.
House Hotel.
All you start with A's.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost like I looked up a list.
In
oh,
alphabetical order.
I stay at the Archer Hotel under the alias of
Aqualung.
no, Marjorie Elsner.
Okay. Did anybody else make accommodation? I know Sam lives in New York, so
I can't afford that, man.
so you're just coming in for the meeting then?
I
Princeton?
hitchhiked all the way here.
Oh my
so
god!
Oh my gosh.
Where do you sleep?
I didn't plan on that.
He has a hotel in New Jersey. He's just gonna hitchhike back that night.
Right.
He has an apartment.
hotel.
He has an apartment. Excuse me.
Yeah.
How do you pay for that?
Don't ask.
He has a community college job.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
He went from Princeton to community college. Amelia, what are you doing?
I live just outside of New York. It's a little bit too far to drive there and back. So I drive in with my own car and I stay at the nicest hotel.
You and Sir Harold are both staying at like the Plaza Hotel.
Yeah.
You don't know that you're staying there.
Yeah, you both. In fact, Harold assumes that none of you are there, and that's why he picked it.
And then you just hear like a British man demand an English breakfast on your way down.
You're like, oh my god.
All right. So now you've all found your way to New York. It's January 15th, I said? Yes. And you all make your way to this pizza place. I don't know how popular pizza is in New York in the 20s, but Pierce Cannon. Here we go.
Cannon.
They always have like the old black and white pictures of stuff like that with
Yeah.
pizzas. So.
Have you heard of this new thing, pizza?
Whoa!
So you make your way to the pizza place. All of you kind of find your way there, and some of you might get a slice and sit down. Princeton, Professor Phillips makes his way in last. Professor Phillips, what does this look like?
It looks like quite a local pizzeria. Pretty
No,
low-key.
you. What do you look like?
Okay, I was like, you're making me describe this.
No,
Okay.
it's a small pizzeria. People know what a pizzeria looks like, I would hope.
Like it looks like we're Chuck E. Cheese's. Okay. Well, first you see a guy. You can't really discern any discernible features because what you see is someone wrapping their face around with just like this white cloth. You don't see any details on him. He also has sunglasses. So he sits down and he bumps into somebody accidentally. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. And he sits down and waits for everybody.
Okay.
So.
You notice that so it's just the five of you here. Jack isn't here, and Jackson isn't here also. Sam, you actually got a letter from Jack, and I'm going to play this letter in just a second.
I've gotten really good at manifesting my thoughts.
By the way,
Yeah.
it's still showing the letter on the Telegraph. I mean,
It's still showing the oh, my bad.
Yeah. It's been
My
showing it for a
mistake.
hot minute.
chaotic stream.
Chaotic stream. At least our voices were there. That's the important part, that people can hear what's going on. Okay, so here is the letter from Jack that Sam pulls out at the table once most people have arrived, and it reads like this.
To all of you. I hope you have greetings to all of you. I hope you have all been doing well the past few years. I apologize for not being able to make it to this meeting, as I would love nothing more than to see everyone again. I just wanted to update everyone on what's been going on in my life. Shortly after I got back home, I published a story about our adventures within the pyramid, along with all the oddities inside and around it. The newspaper sold over 1 million copies, and my story became so popular that I was offered an opportunity to work as a journalist at the New York Times. More recently, I became married to my beautiful wife, Sarah, and I've been in between writing and moving to our new home, which has been more of a chore than I initially expected after living by myself in an apartment for 8 years. I hope to catch up with all of you soon enough. Please stay safe, especially you, Professor Phillips. Your friend and colleague, Jack Douglas.
So, that. Oop! I think the camera's just messed up because I didn't switch it back first. There we go. So that was Jack's letter to inform all of you why he wasn't there. What are you guys talking about? Now that you're all back together again.
I know. You guys are looking at me strange. Huh? Is something funny to you guys?
I wasn't looking at you.
Yeah, you are. I saw you. I saw you.
How
Nah.
did you see her?
I'm sitting on your left side. How did you see me?
Do any of you know who this is? This is it's some guy with his head wrapped. He didn't even introduce himself. He just kind of
Oh wait,
sat
his
down.
head is wrapped. His entire head is wrapped. Hey, mummy man.
Whoa. Hi.
Who the hell are you? And why are you
Merrick.
sitting at this table?
Merrick?
And how do you know my name?
We went to Peru together. Do you not recognize? Oh, okay. Oh, you know,
I mean, there was a mummy in Peru, but we kind of killed it.
I'm the mummy. Nah, just kidding. I'm Princeton Philips. I tried to get some surgery done, and it didn't go very well.
Why, Phillips, take off your wrappings on your head. Let's get a good look at you.
Don't you dare to say that ever to me again, okay? I have been trying for 4 years to get this thing fixed on my face, and it's only made it worse. It's been a rough 4 years, man. Okay? I lost my job at Princeton. I can't teach anymore, and my wife left me. She didn't.
Good for her.
You're such an asshole. You know, I'm done talking to you. Merrick, what have you been doing, huh? I've been chasing after this one guy for the past 4 years and doing nothing with your life, huh?
I haven't been doing nothing with my life. I've been seeing my niece. Excuse you. And I've been hanging out with them. I did a few other hunts along the way that I could pick up, okay? So I've been keeping busy on top of making sure I can continue some leads that I find out about this guy. You try catching this man.
I don't
like
want
an
to.
excellent way to
Yeah.
spend 4 years. Have you read my book?
It was great.
You know,
I
I
love the
saw
part about hunting the jaguar.
I saw it.
Sam, I
Um,
knew you would. I knew
I
you
saw
would.
it, and I kind of, the Jaguar search kind of turned it a little redundant to me. So I got through it, but it's not my favorite.
It's all about the pizzazz.
I read it. I didn't want to. I kind of hard about me. Except I wasn't in that book. Like, where was I? I played a big role in that.
I thought you would appreciate me leaving out some of the less tasteful aspects of our adventure.
You're
That
still
involved
beautiful in the book.
I was so beautiful in the book. And is this like a first
I
part of a
don't-
trilogy? Is there like an entire book dedicated to me?
you. I think you'll have to write that one. I think only you can do that justice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't really agree with the glorification of wild animal hunting, but it was well written. Did you write it yourself?
Yes, I did. As if I could pay someone to write my own novel.
Ah, I
As
see.
if.
As
No
if.
no
That would be
ghostwriter in sight.
preposterous.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
congratulations on your publication on your book, I should say.
Why, thank you, Merrick. Why, thank you.
Did you
You're
get to meet
welcome.
Rosie Hawthorne? I've been reading all her novels ever since, with my one good eye. With my one good eye. I've been reading all her novels. Just catching up on it, because, I got nothing better to do.
I want you to know I don't know who that was.
Uh-huh.
Because I wasn't in the group with you guys when you did that.
Right.
So, no,
She's
never
an
heard of her.
author of romance novels.
Okay.
She's quite
Not-
famous in the state.
Yeah, not my preferred
Yeah.
genre. Professor.
Alright.
Ah, one good true thing that you've said, Godfrey.
You guys don't like romance novels?
I love romance.
I have too much pain
You
in
would.
my head to enjoy romance.
How about you,
I'm
Sam? Have you done
sorry.
anything?
I started a little clinic, and that's about it. I'm still at the circus though for part time.
Oh,
Nice.
really? Well, what college do you go to, or what university to get your, stuff?
Oh, the New York one.
Oh,
One in New York.
Columbia?
New York University?
Yeah,
Like a
that one.
reputable school, Mr. Starwood, or Dr. Starwood.
Such a great education.
Doctor.
Are you officially a doctor? Do you have your doctorate?
No, I don't have
Your
a
MD?
doctorate.
Your MD?
But
No.
I'm licensed by the state to sell medicine.
Run a clinic.
What do you specialize in?
And just treating basic injuries and pain management.
Maybe you can
Pain
fix the pain in Phillips's heart.
At that comment, you hear from the front of the restaurant. I got a call from a Jackson Elias. If anyone, he says there should be some people here.
Right here.
The
Right here.
nerve on some people.
Right here.
No. Okay, I don't want to do the entire thing. Just pretend it's all muffled.
Somebody come take this call. I gotta get back to work.
Oh, it's a phone call.
This is the most social interaction I've had in a while. Let me have
I,
this.
I think Princeton needs it.
Okay.
I've been talking to assholes.
He holds out the phone. It's on a wire, obviously, because it's the 20s. And hello, who picked up?
Jackson, it's Princeton.
Princeton. How are you, my friend? I'm sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush.
I haven't been well.
Sounds unfortunate. Sounds unfortunate. We can discuss it later.
Are you in a rush? Wait, why are you in a rush?
Yeah. It's not important. I need to cancel the meeting.
What?
Listen,
Cancel the meeting, guys.
Don't sound so overjoyed about it, Princeton. Listen, I'm staying at the Chelsea. If you all want to swing by later, that might be a good idea. You can come by now, but just. Oh God! Oh God! Be sure. Just. Listen, I'll see you later. Okay. You can ask. If you don't swing by tonight, ask for me through the Hotel Chelsea.
Okay.
I really need to go. I'm sorry.
All right, okay.
Give the others my regards.
Please,
and he
please keep on talking
he
to me.
slams
Please keep
the
talking.
phone down.
Okay. I don't think he wanted to talk to me.
How was the call?
Not well.
Oh.
Can you elaborate?
He's not showing up tonight, or not showing up right now. But we can meet up at the Hotel Chelsea.
Blasphemy.
The unmitigated nerve.
Yeah.
The
Canceled last second.
audacity.
He
Sounded
traveled
like-
all the way from England to come
Maybe
here.
it was like
I
an
hitchhiked.
emergency.
This meeting was
sounded
supposed
like
to
he was in
kick
a
off
rush.
my vacation.
Sounded like he was in a rush.
Where is he staying?
She cut him a
Hotel
little bit
Chelsea?
of slack. He's
The
nice.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
I hope the restaurant at Hotel Chelsea is better than this.
Hey!
Whatever this is.
Hey!
I was just having.
I don't know.
beer,
I like the
know.
unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Who wants to pay for this? I don't have any money in my wallet right now.
Is this a Pizza Hut or an Olive Garden?
Which one is it?
I thought this was a Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I'll be.
What is a Pizza Hut, a Chuck E. Cheese, and an Olive
Or
Garden?
all they do.
You better treat me to some good food
This is
tomorrow
like some
at the
mafia
Chelsea.
cop shop over here. There's a mafia boss in the corner.
He did say you guys could swing by tonight, as in like right
Yeah.
now if you wanted to, or
I
he
want
said
to
you
go
could
right
ask.
now.
You could ask for him later.
I mean, what happens if we ask for him later? Do we go on another adventure?
I don't know. I don't know what happens either way.
Called for
Guys.
this meeting. We were promptly on time.
I know. I haven't explored New York in a while because, reasons, and I pull out my wallet, reasons. So, let's explore New York.
I don't know if you can explore it with wrappings on your head. How do you even see at all?
That's a good
Yeah.
question.
So I think you have to take those wrappings off.
Do you really want me to do that?
I double dog dare you.
We can
No.
go to the Hotel Chelsea first.
Yeah, we'll do it in
Yeah.
private, okay?
I do not want to go to him tonight.
Why?
He canceled on us. I'm not walking all over the city just to have a meeting with this man.
The
We can wait
Hotel
till
Chelsea.
tomorrow.
The Hotel Chelsea is like around the block. He
God
specifically had
Damn it,
you
Pierce.
meet at a restaurant that was close to his hotel.
Ruining
It's
all.
right, it's
Yeah,
right
you're
around the
ruining-
corner. Jackson is a nice guy. Like, what? Why are we holding this against him? It's probably an emergency.
Sounded
Because
like it was
I
an
don't like
emergency.
this pizza place.
How did
Then we
why?
can leave the pizza place.
I'm not
We can leave
paying.
the pizza place
No
and go
tip,
to
no
the
tip for you.
hotel.
You would have paid at the counter when you ordered.
Yeah. Do you walk past
you
and
wouldn't
take
have
your tip
ordered.
out of? You take your tip out of the tip jar.
You got
as
the
you
free
leave?
water.
Take a tip jar. Something. So I guess we're gonna head out.
Yeah, I think we should go to the hotel. What do y'all think?
Dude, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
to Broadway.
I'll show the way.
Oh,
I just got Ben Shapiro'd, so I guess we'll go.
Not Ben Shapiro.
Oh no!
So you all head down to the Hotel Chelsea. It is. I have an address. It's in Chelsea. It's on West 23rd between 7th and 8th Avenue. As you approach, it's like a very large red brick building. It's not super nice. It's fairly old. Sam, you might know a little bit about this. Living in New York, this building used to be an apartment building. It was changed to a hotel later. Now it's very popular amongst artists and authors and people of that sort. Jackson, I suppose he probably would have said this on the phone, is in room 410.
Wait, how nice was this hotel?
It's not very nice.
That's
not
where all the
very nice at
weirdos go.
All the artists and the authors.
Oh, the artist.
oh.
Well, technically, Godfrey fits that profile.
Ooh,
Oh.
Godfrey, you fit in with these vagrants.
I say.
With
Please
the
never
authors.
insult me like that again.
I thought you were an author, Godfrey.
I am a civilized man. Don't put me with the rest of these creatives.
All right, then.
So you guys head up to the 4th floor. You walk up to room 410. It's at the end of a hallway. What do you do?
Knock on the door, I presume.
You knock on the door. I believe there is a. You knock on the front door.
Mhm.
And can everyone give me,
Here we go, boys.
after a moment where
Oh, God.
nothing happens, the door doesn't open, can everyone give me a listen check?
Oh.
I guess so.
I could do something
I
like that.
suppose.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
I
hard,
have stuff in listen. This is good.
hard
Got
success.
a 16.
Failed.
Normal success.
Pierce.
What's that?
I got hard.
What's up,
On the
Harold?
on the 10 to 100 die, what are double zeros?
Double
Oh,
zeros is either 0.
Yeah.
So if you roll a 0 and a 1 or 0 and 2, that's 1 or 2. If
Okay.
you roll double zeros and then a 0, that's 100.
Gotcha. Okay, I got 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Those of you with hard successes or better, you hear nothing for a moment. Then you hear like a gasp, and and then a bit of like hurried shuffling, like very light hurried shuffling.
I think there's
What a-
someone in there.
What about a normal success? Did I hear?
There
anything?
better
didn't
be.
hear
You just told
anything.
us to come over here.
Oh,
I absolutely heard nothing as well. I failed.
Alright, I'm gonna bang on this door.
I heard some stuff.
Okay.
Bow.
Jackson!
Those of you that heard something, it goes silent inside.
I think we should kick down the door.
We could go to the front and ask for a room key.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of
But like they don't know who we are.
We can also just ask them to like
Merrick
call the
speaking
room
from experience here.
for like a wellness check, you know?
Last time I kicked a door down, it went pretty well.
No, I kicked that door
wouldn't
down.
say that though.
I kicked that door down. What are you talking about?
Okay, when Phillips kicked the door down, it went pretty well. We got
Yeah.
to speak to the person inside.
I mean,
Merrick, I missed your violent tendencies. But I don't think we need to do something so drastic just yet.
Okay.
Let me go down to the desk and persuade the clerk.
I
Okay.
will follow you.
I don't know if she'll believe a mummified person.
Yeah, I'll go with
Princeton,
them.
anybody but you.
Okay.
Sam, with me. Let's go
So
solve this before we start doing property damage.
Sam and Sir Harold, you head down to the front desk. There's a man behind the desk. He's kind of doing a little bit of paperwork. He's shuffling some papers around, writing some things,
I'm gonna keep knocking on the door upstairs.
just like
Like-
continuously.
Are you ready yet? Take your
Hello?
time.
Okay,
Penny,
so the
Are
guy
you decent?
the guy looks the man behind the counter looks up and he goes, can I help you, sirs? What can I help you with?
Mr. Clerk, my good man. I came here for a scheduled meeting with one of my colleagues. That's the word.
One of your associates.
Associates, my colleagues. And he has a terrible case of epilepsy. And I think he's having an attack.
gosh.
I can hear him shaking in the room.
Oh
Can
no!
you come with me to do a wellness check on him?
I'm a doctor. I can confirm this.
All right.
I'm here to give him his epilepsy medicine.
Give me like a fast talk with like a bonus die. I was just gonna take it, but I feel like this makes more sense. You guys are totally lying. Like there's no getting around it.
I mean, he could have been having a seizure. I just don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
normal success for
Bonus
fast
die.
talk.
All right. So with a normal success, he's like, oh my goodness. Right away. I listen. I have some work to do. I'll be up in 5 or 10 minutes. What are your names, real quick, and I'll give you the extra key we have back here.
Sir Harold Godfrey.
And you, Doctor
And Dr. Starwood.
Starwood. Here you are. I'll be up in just 5 minutes. Please just make sure that man's okay.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you.
And he hands you the key. So,
Excellent work, Sam. Let's go.
Okay.
4 years of medical school is the result.
Okay.
Let's go
so,
put this key in.
So you go back upstairs with the key.
I'm still knocking.
You put you put
The key in.
Mila, can it be my turn now?
you put the key in the lock. You twist it. You swing the door open. The window is open, but there is nobody in here.
God
You
damn
hear
it, Jackson.
steps from down in the alleyway. Any of you who go out and look, you see people. You see 3 men running down the alleyway. They came down this fire escape outside, and they're running down the alleyway. They get in the car and they drive off. Before you get a chance to look at that, you look in the middle of the room. Dominating this picture is the body of your friend, Jackson Elias.
He's the only person I liked here.
Yeah, Jackson, come on.
He is lying on the ground, dead.
Like
His
he's dead for
intestines-
sure?
His intestines
Oh.
are on the ground.
Oh, okay, so he's dead.
And
That's
Your
real
he's,
CPR.
bad.
yes, he's dead. And
So he's really dead.
there is a weird carving in his forehead.
Sam, what do you make of this?
With my firm medical assessment, I can say he is 100% dead.
Come on, keep it simple. We're not scientists here.
I don't want to look
I-
at this. I'm stepping right out of the room.
I
Yeah,
looked at
give
the body
everyone-
and
As we all see this, can everyone give me a sanity check?
wait,
Alright.
Pierce, I have a question.
Sure.
So all the sanity that I lost in Peru, do I get that back?
No, you should have rolled a D4, a D6, and a D8, and that's how much sanity you get back.
Oh, okay. I can do that actually.
I passed. Let's go, 36.
I
I
passed.
failed.
Oh wait, what are we rolling for? Sanity?
Yeah, we're rolling a sanity
Oh.
check for seeing the dead body of your friend.
Right.
This is the first
Sorry,
time I passed
I-
a sanity check in a long time.
It's like the first time I failed.
I need to see what I failed sanity check, but I need D8.
I feel like I'm going crazy. Where is the sanity cost for seeing?
So you said a D8, a
swear
D4,
there
and a
was one.
D10?
No, a D4, a D6, and a
Six.
D8.
Okay.
4, 6, 8.
Yeah. I know I wanted there to be a sanity cost. I cannot. Apparently, there's not one in the book, and
Oh,
just
hell
in my
yeah.
head I was so, like, there's going to be one, but
Why am I yellow now?
I don't know.
Very yellow.
Yellow.
It's because you're so sick of seeing that body. You're like, oh,
Oh,
man,
God.
I'm so queasy.
It's just making me more yellow.
If you succeeded,
Okay.
it is a D or just one loss.
So-
If you failed, it is a D3.
So wait, what is it?
Sanity loss.
If you succeed?
If you succeed, it's -1.
Okay. So I'm back where I started at 50.
I lost 2. Does it round up or down?
Rounds up.
Wait, we're
Oh,
rolling a
three.
D4?
A D3.
A D3! Got it.
D6
Let me
divided
just-
by 2. I got a 5.
Let me do that.
So.
Divided by 2, 2. So I lose 2 sanity.
I'm
Oh, hey.
really affected by this.
About those dice to, like, gain back sanity, can you gain more?
Yes,
Or-
your
yeah,
your
okay.
maximum is 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos score.
Okay.
That's your max sanity. So,
Okie doke, thank you.
all right. So, you all see this dead man. This unfortunate thing has happened to him. Any of you who go out and look out the window again see that sight of those people running down the alleyway. It's 3 men, one white, 2 African American. They're running down the alleyway. They have red threads or like some kind of material tied around their heads, and it's trailing off as they run away. And they get into a car at the end of the alleyway, and they speed off before you can even do anything.
Do I catch the license plate?
Give me a hard spot hidden, because they're
Got it.
like
Got it.
all the way
I'll
at
do
the
it.
end of
I'll
the
do it
alleyway.
right now.
I'm crying over Jackson.
Come on, baby. Spot hidden.
Just sobbing right now.
You said a hard?
Yeah.
Aw.
I
You
just
didn't
made
get
a
it.
normal success. Gosh
Yeah,
darn it.
so
Did I at least get like the first letter?
it's like all the way at the end of the alley, and they were already like getting into the car and
It's a
going
New York
away.
license plate.
It's also it's NY. So they get in the car. It's kind of like the alley, and their car's like this way, and so it would have been hard to see even if you weren't just catching the very end of it. So yeah, this room is disheveled. It's kind of a normal hotel room, but there's like stuff strewn all over the place, as well as Jackson with the weird symbol in his forehead.
Oh no.
I look at the symbol. Do I recognize it?
Is it like a lotus flower?
Princeton and Sam might recognize it.
Oh, it is a lotus flower. Sam, do you see this?
Yes.
It
So?
looks familiar.
So,
Not really, but
here it is. It is, again, this weird symbol that's got like, it's got, these two basically like curved lines and then kind of this bloom in the middle. Show it on stream real quick.
Crescent moon with the lotus flower in the middle.
You say it was
Something
on
like
his
that.
forehead?
It's on his forehead. It's like carved into his forehead.
Okay.
Gross. Very. I'm still crying.
So sad. Who's got onions in here?
we should probably tell the hotel guy to call the police.
Or you could just tell them it was a really bad seizure.
I don't know about that.
Or we could just
That's
get out of here.
why you're not the medical professional.
But does he have your names?
Yes.
Well,
I mean, you wouldn't know
assume.
that, but yeah.
Well, no, I was just asking because I feel like, in
Did
general,
we give them your real names? Did you?
like,
Godfrey?
like-
Sam?
I don't think they'll find a Dr. Starwood on their records. So
Godfrey?
Okay.
Did you?
Of course. What do I have to hide? Let's report this to the police.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
This is a police matter. I don't want to have to deal with this
Of
crap
course
again.
it is. He died, and he's our friend.
Yeah. It's really
Acquaintance.
unfortunate. I mean, he sent cards and everything.
Alright, so when's that clerk coming up?
He went to
Taking
my
a while.
wedding.
The clerk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's that
Oh,
clerk?
no.
The hotel clerk.
Yeah.
Or is
Do
he
you
a-
guys do anything while you're waiting for the hotel clerk?
I'm crying.
we should probably look around the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
yeah, look
Amelia a
around the
tissue.
room.
Amelia, it's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault.
He
Been
went to
around
my
the room.
wedding. He was in my wedding party.
The one that you didn't invite
In the
us to.
party? Holy
Yes.
shit.
Was he your best man too while you're at it, huh? Because why
That
aren't
was-
we?
Yeah. Looking around the room.
So, looking around the room, first of all, you find this card.
The Penny Foundation.
Yes, a card from the Penn Foundation.
London?
Ugh. Edward Gavigan, director.
You're gonna find a lot of stuff, but there's only a couple of things that are gonna need to be read. You also find next to it this card, and on the back is written a name.
Emerson Imports.
Silas and
Yeah.
Kwane?
Yes, Silas and Kwane is another thing you find. Next, you
I see that
also
Jackson was such a collector of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just collected business cards. That was his thing. You also find looking through the room, looking through some drawers and the bedside table and stuff. Find this letter, which anyone who wants to can read.
Hey guys, I found this letter. Alright. It's in cursive, but I think I'll try to read it. I adjust my sunglasses.
Wait, I thought your head was wrapped.
Yeah, I have sunglasses and like my head is wrapped, but there's like I sent a
There's
picture
like a
of the chat.
slit.
Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
I need to be able to see. All right,
Dude.
Cairo, Egypt, 3rd March 1919. Dear Mr. Carlyle, your lawyer informed me that you seek certain knowledge of this land and its distant past, and I believe I can aid you in this regard. Inquiries in the Old Quarter have identified one Faraz Nihar in the Najir.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was a silent J or whatever that fancy J was. Okay, in the Street of Jackals, who claims to be in possession of singular curios.
You got it.
Yeah, which he believed will be of great interest to you. He is prepared to part with these items if a suitable piece can be agreed upon.
Price.
And price. Excuse me, it's been a while since I've read a book. Can be agreed upon, and I shall endeavor to make sure that matters are arranged to your satisfaction. Yours, M. Warren Buffett.
Mr. Warren Bazart.
Bazart.
Yes.
How did I do, guys?
Not
You did
bad.
Great.
You did.
Not
That was
bad.
coherent.
Good job.
You also are able to find this matchbook. Here you go, matchbook.
Stumbling Tiger Bar, 10 Lantern Street, Shanghai, Phone and Friends.
And friends.
Shanghai Fun and Friends.
I think that's
Yeah.
a tiger on the cover, right?
Sorry, my vision's not exactly 20/20 anymore.
Amelia finds another letter of some kind.
I do. Let's see. To Mr. Jackson Elias.
Oh.
Dear Mr. Elias, this book about which you inquired is no longer in our collection. The information you seek may be found here in other volumes. If you will contact me upon arrival, I will be most happy to further assist you. As always, Miriam Atwhite, Harvard University Library.
Harvard.
And you find Sam finds one last thing in on a desk in the corner of the room. You find this playbill, which is somewhere on my computer. There it is. There you go.
Tonight only, The Cult of Darkness in Polynesia and the Southwest Pacific. A 2-hour lecture with slides delivered by Professor Anthony Cowles, PhD, of the University of Sydney, Australia, and presently Locksley Fellow of Polynesia, Esterica at the Miskatonic University in Arkham. And Schuyler Hall, New York University, 8 p.m. Tonight only.
All right. After you find that playbill and you read it for everyone, coming up the stairs is the clerk from behind the counter, and he walks into the room and he's like, "What did you do? I thought he had epilepsy."
Clerk,
Good.
where were you?
Oh,
He was
dead.
murdered!
Where was I? What were you doing in here?
Call the police!
I will call the police. You all stay right here. Clearly,
Wait, sir, we found him like this.
you found him like this.
We saw
Had-
the men run away. We saw the men run away.
He
into
had
this car.
epilepsy. I'm gonna
had-
call the police. All of you stay right here. And he runs.
You really should have given the real
around the
name.
stairs.
I don't want to stay here. I want to get out of here right now. Can I go through the window?
Was it
Yes, you
Babs?
can go through the window onto the fire escape.
I don't need to be caught. The police know of me, but I don't need them to be.
I don't
on
need my
me.
good name ruined.
I will join you.
Is anyone else leaving
Thanks.
with her?
I can't.
You can't.
No.
You gave your real name.
You're gonna be a good person.
All right. So
and-
who
I'm
is
gonna be
staying?
a I'll stay.
Amelia,
Merrick.
Sir Godfrey, Princeton.
No, I'm going with Merrick.
Okay.
Y'all can come
Um,
stay in my apartment.
Oh, you have an apartment. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
So the three of you leave and go to Sam's apartment without
Stealthily
the
or
other
like.
two. After
It's
a
an
few
emergency.
after a few minutes, the cops arrive, and they are now in the room with you.
Scared.
Can the two of you step out of the room, please? I don't think we need to have this discussion in the room with the dead mutilated body and all the evidence.
I was still in the hallway.
You were still in the hallway.
Yep.
Okay,
When you were there.
then I assume Amelia probably would have stepped out as well. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sobbing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still sobbing.
What? I've heard from the hotel clerk what he thinks happened, but he said he didn't see any of it. What is your story? Exactly. It is very suspicious, to say the least.
To say the least, good sir. To say the very least, indeed.
Okay, I
Let
need you
me
to I need you to agree with me a little bit less and just tell me what happened.
Let me recount the night's events, Mr. Officer. What could I call you?
Mr. Officer Malik.
Malik. Officer Malik. So, my good friend, may he rest in peace, Elias Jackson, who is currently in the room right next to us, called me.
Out of character, his name is Jackson Elias.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Jackson Elias is in the room right next to us. Sent me a message to my home country of the United Kingdom.
I could hear that you're from the United Kingdom. They're going to find it real curious that you're over here standing over a dead body.
This whole night has been very curious, officer. Very curious indeed. He sends me a telegram to come over here to have a meeting at this
I
pizzeria.
shakily pull out my telegram, my copy from my purse.
Mm-hmm. He
And
takes
I
it from
get
you.
it. I'm like
He's
crying.
He's looking at it as Harold continues talking.
And so we go to meet him at the pizzeria. And then he calls the establishment and says to come meet him at his hotel. Here, the Chelsea. The hotel that he's currently staying in. And the hotel that he passed away in. Very sad stuff. So we go. We go over to the hotel. We knock on the door. He doesn't answer. We hear a scuffle inside. And so I go down to the clerk, and I have to convince the clerk to let us in to see if he's all right. And then when we get into the door, well, you see the rest there, officer. It couldn't possibly be us. I am a fine, upstanding, well-respected, reputable Englishman.
Listen, that's all fine and good. I will be. Listen, my partner here, there's a man standing next to him, is going to finish talking to you while I go in there and see what's been going on. And this man, the man standing next to him had come out of the room and stood next to him, and he goes, my name is Lieutenant Poole.
Lieutenant, thank God you're here, my good man. Please tell me you're going to catch whoever did this.
We're going to try. I'm not sure that your story totally clears you of this. Where are your friends? We heard there were 3 more of you than this.
Where are they? I have no idea. They left.
They left.
They left.
From
See the
the
open
scene
window
of a crime
right there?
in
Doesn't
which
want to cover.
they
at all.
knew the police were coming. They left.
I see. I'm not their guardian. I can't control them.
I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying it's very suspicious.
Well, that's them, not me.
If your story is to be believed, did they enter the room with you to find this man dead?
They all did, indeed.
Not sure that your story checks out totally.
What would it not check out with, officer?
Well, you were the last people to see him, correct? In any capacity. You were the first people to discover that he was dead. You're the first to discover that he was dead. Your friends bailed on you, it seems. Perhaps that's a disagreement on what the best strategy is to deal with the police, whether it's to feign ignorance or to run.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
You're agreeing with me, I see. That's interesting. I don't know. Perhaps this just checks a lot of boxes for having been you who murdered him. Now I have my suspicions.
How can I be incident and check all these boxes?
And like through my tears, I'm like, how could you say that?
I have my suspicions otherwise, but listen, you will not be detained tonight for this crime.
That would be
However,
best.
just watch yourself.
Bro needs to mind his P's and Q's.
Well, this was a murder, and so therefore it is his P's and Q's.
I mean, maybe. Who's to say? Who's to say? Whatever. I mean, it's a murder. This is kind of my, like, I'm a bounty hunter. This is low-key my area of expertise.
So he... Listen, I have my suspicions otherwise. How do all of you know Jackson? This man.
We all went on an expedition together. Do you not know who I am, Sir Harold Godfrey? Have you read my book?
I have not. I try to stray away from the British wherever I can.
Yankees.
Yoinks.
It was a very good book. Received well in America. We all went to Peru together for an expedition.
Listen. I can tell. You can hear him going through the drawers and stuff in the other room. I can tell that the two of you... The two of you don't look like typical candidates for this kind of murder.
Dare say not.
Very well-to-do. Give me a credit rating roll.
Oh.
That's the wrong die.
I pass.
So hilarious if Godfrey loses.
Extreme success.
Extreme success.
Yeah.
Listen, I apologize for me and my partner having to rough the two of you up a little bit with our questioning. And he holds out his hand for Godfrey.
Like, good man, I do quite possibly. This was all in jest.
You understand. We have to explore all avenues at least somewhat.
Of course,
You
keep the
understand.
peace and whatnot, as you
Right.
do, officer.
Protect and serve. I'm going to be frank with you. I have my suspicions about this murder. I think that, well, based off of the carving on the forehead, I believe it might be connected with a series of murders that we've had in New York over the past several years. This is the
Series,
9th
you say?
victim. If this is connected with that, this is the 9th victim in the last 2 years of this kind.
Holy shit.
God, officer, you seem to have your hands full with this.
Yes, they They don't have many connections either. Black people, white people, poor, rich, middle class. We're not sure what this murderer is going after. Some eccentric man from Manhattan, Dr. Mordecai Lemming, said that it was connected with some African death cult. I don't know. The investigation is closed. This is why I had to make sure I questioned you. The investigation was only closed recently when Captain Robson of the precinct in Harlem arrested a man found at the scene of one of the murders. I'm afraid, well, if it's not either of you, it doesn't seem to be, we may have gotten the wrong man still, because clearly either this is a copycat or the murderer is still out there.
Do either me or Amelia know that it was 3 people, or is that only something Merrick saw?
If either of you went to the window, I don't think you would know.
No.
Oh, but and neither did Amelia. So neither of you know.
Okay.
Unless I don't think Merrick said it. So no, you don't know how many people were running down the alley.
Weird death cult seems to have been Jackson's expertise. It is a shame.
It's possible he made an enemy of some kind then.
Well, do not let me keep your investigation waiting.
Right. But just answer that one question. Do you think he maybe perhaps made an enemy of some kind in his investigations on these cults?
I wouldn't know. Would you, Amelia?
Can you think of anybody that he had a disagreement with?
There was that one guy. Him and Mendoza didn't get along, but Mendoza's been long dead, so I don't think it could be that.
I will take that at face value and not read into it any more than you seem very wealthy. I will not read into that statement about somebody being long dead.
They could have. You don't know what they died of, like.
Well, I thank you for your time. You can contact me down at the station if you have any more information. The name's Lieutenant Poole. I am down at the something precinct. Precinct 7A.
Very well, Lieutenant. It was nice meeting you. I am, again, Sir Harold Godfrey.
I will
if
make
you
sure
have
to
any
remember
more
that.
questions for me, you can find me at the plaza.
It's a very nice hotel, sir.
It's adequate.
Okay. He shakes your hand. He gives Amelia his hand like a little 1920s kiss. I don't know if cops did that or not, but this cop does. And then he good night to you both, and he walks into the room.
You see that, Amelia? There's nothing to fear from the police. Always good lads.
I know.
Let's get out of here.
I'm still crying. So am I like slightly sniffling now?
You're like dehydrated.
I cried out all of the water in my body. All I can do is sniffle.
Does Amelia mention anything about how she's staying at the same hotel that he said?
No.
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 So you guys are just never gonna know you're staying at the same place.
Might see each other.
Maybe. It's like Godfrey walks outside. He's like, "Good night, ma'am," and then he starts walking towards the plaza, and then you walk in the same direction.
No, Amelia would know I'm at the plaza because I just told him to find me at the plaza.
Right.
Yeah.
She's crying too hard.
But she says that she didn't say
Okay.
anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
I let the
following.
men talk.
You might,
I was
you guys
crying,
might know where Sam lives, because you guys are friends, kind of acquaintances.
Acquaintances.
I don't know how to find Sam's.
Nope. No, I would not know where Sam lives.
How would I know where Sam lives?
We might know that y'all are at the plaza. Or at least...
You might guess that Harold is at the plaza.
Yeah.
That sounds more logical.
So are you guys gonna go try and find them tonight, or what?
Well, Amelia,
I mean, you know, Godfrey, I would love to. I just don't have any clue where Sam could live.
No, I was asking them if they're gonna try and find you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. What are we gonna do? Because Amelia, as much as the pizza was novel at this pizzeria, I think I need a more proper dinner.
What do you have in mind?
Okay. Sorry, the sewage tank is overflowed or something. So there's a pump guy out right now.
What a nice hotel you're staying at.
I know.
Wow. High quality. I think I need a nice meal to help me with my grief right now.
Let me take you to this Plaza restaurant and let's see how decent it is compared to the local pizzerias.
Oh, you said the Plaza, right?
Yes, indeed.
I'm staying there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can hear the disappointment bubble up.
Huh. Okay.
For how long?
Yeah. So the Peru trip must have done very well for you, huh?
Oh yeah, more than you may know.
Well then, let's head over.
Is the other group gonna try and find them at the plaza and guess that they're there? I would say that's a fair guess if you guys wanted to try and find them.
I feel like we would go to the apartment first, and then lay low for a bit.
Yeah.
And then when it gets dark,
Well, it was 8 p.m. when you went to
Okay.
Jackson's hotel room.
Well, I'm gonna sneak off to my hotel because I'm under an alias, and I'll meet up with
What would I
them in the
choose?
morning.
All right, Sam. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. I am going to find. I'm just going to go with Merrick. Merrick, I trust you. You have guns. I don't.
I have knives, and I'm under an alias. I don't need someone.
Y'all don't have a history of going into hotels together, and
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick this one alone.
Hey, if you ever run into a monster, like last time, you could die. You might need me in my trusted pistol.
What's gonna happen if you don't have someone to tank all the damage for you?
Well,
Come on, Merrick.
we'll have
We're
to
a team.
sneak you in.
We're a
I don't know
team.
if we're a team, but I'll sneak you in.
Thank you, Merrick.
God damn it.
what hotel are y'all staying at?
What are we?
The Archer.
Okay, I might go see if Sir Godfrey is at the plaza and say hi to him. Hopefully they made it out of there and not in jail. I feel like a person like Sir Godfrey would find a way out of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head over to the plaza because, of course, Sir Godfrey is at the plaza. You ask at the front desk, and while you're asking, the two of them actually come out from the dining room. I think Amelia is gonna have to lead this one because Sir Godfrey's
Sam.
away.
We just had
So-
a great dinner.
That's good. What did y'all have?
The
Whatever
only
you
thing.
want. It's the
The
plaza.
only thing that came to my mind was guinea pig.
That's a
You picked
Peru
up an-
thing.
You picked up a new habit from Peru.
Godfrey's just throwing up in the bathroom.
Yeah. Sorry, I think he got a little. He ate a little bit too much. Maybe he drank a little bit too much. I don't really know.
A little bit too much juice.
Like he's a little old.
A little bit too much juice because of prohibition.
Yeah.
Did you guys see anything as you guys were leaving? You guys left really fast.
Merrick talked about seeing 3 guys running down the alleyway away from the window.
That might be really good. Maybe we should tell the police a little bit of what we saw. They were really nice guys, honestly. They didn't really they questioned us a little bit, but overall didn't really do anything.
Turns out we have money, that happens.
No.
It would have been wrong of them to question a grieving woman.
Who said it was grieving?
Aren't you still crying?
Your eyes are like red.
What?
You're crying. You're crying your soup.
I'm sorry, what'd I miss?
You walk out the bathroom.
Sam tracked you guys down to the plaza. You guys just finished eating whatever it was. Probably wasn't a full dinner because it's kind of late.
So I propose that in the morning we meet up with the other 2 at the hotel they're staying at. The Archer. I'm not super familiar with it, but I could probably find our way there. I'll come by in the morning and lead you all that way.
I know I live nearby. I have this one restaurant. We can meet there and maybe we can get breakfast. We can all meet there.
What's the restaurant called?
What is the restaurant?
Oh, is it the new International House of Oatmeal?
I think so.
Do you mean... Hold on. Do you mean the Grau International? apparently in French, oatmeal is...
Garou.
It's actually Garua. I messed up. The Garua International.
Pierce Cannon.
So yeah, I guess we can meet there and then go to the Archer and talk with Merrick and Princeton.
Oh, they don't.
Poor guy.
They don't know what my alias is, do they? Oh, yes, they do. I told them. Okay.
Did you?
Well,
Yeah.
either way, you probably told
At the
Sam.
pizza place, I said that I was under an alias.
Okay. Well, either way.
Edit.
Eventually, you all head to bed. Excuse me. And then you make your way to the Guru International, the international oatmeal.
Trying really hard.
You meet Amelia outside. It's quite a nice place. It's not. It doesn't appear to actually be a breakfast place. It appears to be just like a very nice restaurant.
I feel like the name deceived me a little bit.
That might be true.
Listen, I yes-anded your name. It didn't mean that I didn't already have a place in mind.
Is Sir Godfrey joining us?
I don't know.
Imagine. I would imagine. Amelia said with you there that she wanted you all to meet at this restaurant in the morning.
Well, then who am I to refuse?
All of you walk inside, and it's not super busy right now, right this minute. One of the hosts walks up to your group, and he goes, "Table for how many?"
For 3.
Hi. Can we get seated in the green room, please?
For 3, I thought all of you were coming. I thought Sam was gonna go get the other 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He kind of squints at you, and then you see actually a hostess off to the side. She gets kind of wide-eyed and whispers something, runs up and whispers something in the other guy's ear, and he gets wide-eyed for a second. And then he says, yes, of course, I didn't recognize you. Right this way. And he leads you all kind of through the restaurant and then into the kitchen, and then through the kitchen to the other side. There's a bit of like a kind of like a small, it's like it's nice, it's like clean, and there's not much in here, but it looks like it would have been a closet, and there's a door on the other side. And he kind of knocks on the door 3 times, and there's a panel that slides open. And he goes, there's a Greenwald here, and the guy kind of steps back and opens the door, and leads you all through that door into this room it's slightly smaller than the restaurant, but it is much like that was a nice restaurant. This is even nicer. There's like velvet booths and carpets lining the floor, and chandeliers, and a bar, and tons of alcohol behind the bar. And he leads you to this corner booth that's large. There's a few people milling about, but nobody's really drinking right now. It's the morning. And yeah. Mrs. Greenwald, what can I get you and your associates to start?
I don't want to speak for anyone here. Just, bring us like the works. I'm thinking something real simple.
Mimosa, please. Hold the
Mimosa.
Are we actually there? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mimosa, hold the orange juice.
Okay.
You guys should really try some Adler whiskey.
Whoa.
I will 100%. I would also like some Adler whiskey, please.
I believe some of you might have tried it. I did bring it on our expedition.
Right.
It was over near the fire. I don't know if you tried it.
That was some good whiskey. Yes, I will also take some of your finest morning Adler whiskey.
I can't
We're starting
drink
the day
without-
off right.
I can't drink because that would require me taking off my mask and my entire wrapping. So you know what,
Sir, it might be a good idea to take off your wrapping and get a little comfortable.
So that you can drink and eat and stay hydrated and,
Yeah. No,
I've gone this
Princeton,
long.
this is the green room. Anything goes in the green room. You don't have to hide behind anything here.
Sure about that?
take it off.
And you guys
take
are
it off.
all welcome here anytime that you're in New York.
Promise not to be scared. I didn't even show Merrick when I was at her hotel room.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying waking up and seeing a wrapped up mummy head. How do you take showers?
I can't afford that.
Cool.
All right.
It really smelled last night, guys.
All right, here we go. Here goes nothing. So, take off my hat, and I start slowly unwinding it. And right now you're seeing this huge red, not even fully healed, just mark, just coming down to the left side of the face, and it's taking it out. You see an eye patch, but the eye patch doesn't really cover the entire wound of the eye. You see a little bit of the hole of the eye as well. And then as soon as it keeps on unwrapping it, it gets even worse. And a little bit like teeth, like that. And there's more red. You see a little bit of like underneath the flesh and muscle. And it's there. It looks really bad.
Badass.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And as this is happening, the waitress brings out a fountain of oatmeal.
As well as several glasses of Adler whiskey, some champagne,
Yeah. Mimosa with no orange juice, yes.
a wine, a bottle of wine.
Well, this morning's really going great.
Yeah.
We're having a
Is
I'm
it
party.
like
too
shoveling down
early for
oatmeal with
alcohol?
2 spoons.
How bad does it look?
Badass, man.
I feel like I'm being patronized again.
Ah. Some battle wounds. You look better now than you did.
Oh,
You look
It
like
is
a
old.
supervillain in those newfangled comic books.
comic books. They came out in the 1930s, by the way.
Sir, what if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your eye?
I did not come here to be asked such asinine questions.
I
Sir,
Just
I
tell
did-
him.
This isn't a very common thing. I don't feel like it's a very asinine question. Don't typically see people walking in here with that. I apologize
Because-
if I offended you. You an associate of Mrs. Greenwald here is welcome here anytime under any pretense. I didn't know that was a touchy subject for you.
Take some Adler whiskey. You know what? This is gonna take a while. And I throw it in his face. Huh. Yeah. How do you like that, huh?
I apologize, sir. Allow me to go change. I did not realize this was such a touchy subject.
Never again. Alright? If you ask that again, I am leaving this establishment. I'm gonna report you to the police. This entire establishment.
Can I stab Phillips?
I don't think Mrs. Greenwald would very much appreciate that.
Yeah,
But you can do as you wish, sir. Allow me to go change.
Phillips, maybe you should go take a breath outside. Compose yourself here.
Take a breath.
I am putting back my wraps on. This is
Okay,
gone.
but why? You already took them off.
This entire establishment has seen me already, and I see some faces around here. They're looking at me. They're scared of me. They think I'm hideous, ugly, a monster, a freak. I'm putting it back on.
They
Well,
think you're
if they
mentally
say
unstable.
anything, I'll punch him in the
Sir.
face for you. Just wear your face proudly.
I'll wear it half-mast. Just go like underneath.
You just have like the mouth covered. Corona in the 1920s.
Yeah. Mask up. Alright, here we go. Alright, does that make you happy, Merrick? It makes me a little less happy, but you know what? This is a little happy compromise you can make.
You gotta buck
They're
up.
giving me some flashbacks to the Spanish flu.
Oh
Not
no.
really liking it.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Spanish flu. Ever. Not a great time in our life.
Moving on.
At this time, another waiter brings a paper to the table. Author murdered by brutal killers. Body found in Hotel Chelsea. Possible connection to Harlem murders by Rebecca Schosenberg. Author Jackson Elias has been found murdered in his Chelsea hotel room. The killers are reported to have used long knives to butcher their victim. Lieutenant Martin Poole of the murder squad stated that he is exploring possible connections between this murder and some similar slayings in Harlem last year. Local resident Hilton Adams was convicted of the Harlem murders in October last and is awaiting execution in Sing Sing. Lieutenant Poole offered no opinion whether this new murder indicates that Adams had accomplices or is innocent of earlier crimes. That's by the New York Times.
Uh-oh. Good thing
Well-
we left the scene for and
That's
they can
tough to
interview
see.
us.
Tough to see. But I mean, I only have shorter knives, so I don't know.
And I got this gun.
Couldn't have been me. That's all I'm
Couldn't-
saying.
It's not me.
We don't need to clarify that. We
Yeah,
were with
let's-
each other.
We all know.
But regardless, it is unfortunate that it seems that he was caught up in this string of murders.
We should probably try to find who murdered him.
Yeah.
No,
he was my
yeah,
friend.
I agree. Avenge.
Well, it doesn't have to be vengeance.
Yeah.
Avenge.
Avenge.
I want to do justice by him. Avenge him.
Yeah, it's vengeance.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Never said Merrick was the smartest. Anyway,
Wait,
even
before
though-
we move on, Amelia, is this how you came into all this money?
I guess people could say that.
It's the green room. You can be honest here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was more, the money just gave me a way to properly distribute this whiskey. My family has been making this Adler whiskey for decades upon decades. It's like a family recipe. Just gave me the vice to share it.
Well, this is quite ingenious.
It was all my husband's idea, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Give
you
him
made a
a
good
good word.
choice.
Yeah.
I won't, Reginald's a very smart man. You know, he's a surgeon.
A surgeon? What kind of
Yeah.
surgeon? Could he fix my face?
I mean, he could try. He's not really good at plastics. Is that even a thing that was in the 1920s?
What are you talking about?
cosmetic surgery.
Cosmetics.
I mean-
he most does just general.
Could he do me a favor and try to fix my face?
He could probably take a look at it for you.
Well, I would really appreciate it. I would.
Okay, just please don't yell at any of my waiters.
I'll try, as long as he doesn't, try to poke and pry.
He was just being nice.
No, he wasn't.
He's a very nice man. I hired him myself.
You gotta hire better people.
I believe I hired the best, but
Also, Amelia, I'm surprised you never told me about this fun establishment.
I didn't know how to contact you. I didn't have any way to contact you.
Yeah, I guess I did never give anyone my address.
Except
Yeah.
for Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson asked, and you gave it to him.
Never mind.
We can assume, because how else would you be here? Okay, so refresher on some of the clues you found so far. Jackson was looking into the Carlisle expedition. You at the scene of his murder, you found a couple of things. You found a card to the Penhew Foundation in London. You found a business card to Emerson Imports in New York, with the name Silas and Quane written on the back. You found a letter to Roger Carlyle of the Carlisle expedition from a Mr. Warren Bizart. You found a matchbook from a bar in somewhere. It says Shanghai on it. You found a letter to Jackson Elias from, it appears to be some kind of an attendant to the library or something of that sort, at Harvard University. And you found a playbill for the Cult of Darkness, or it's not a playbill, it's like a little thing for a lecture. For the Cult of Darkness, a lecture on the Cult of Darkness from a guest speaker from Arkham at New York University.
Cool. What do we do with this information?
Um,
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Never mind.
Well,
Sorry.
in the I was just gonna say the Harvard University letter talked about how there was a book that he wanted to find and read, but it was missing, but she had other volumes. We could start with there to see what he was onto, and maybe that'll lead us to who killed him. This is typically how I start my bounty hunts. I look for the simplest clues to lead his walk of life to find him.
Oh.
Well, before we drive all the way to Massachusetts, we should probably go to the thing in New York.
It seems
The
reasonable.
Emerson
Yeah.
Imports. See if
Smart.
we can find Silas and Kwame.
In the paper, you would also have found Jackson's funeral is on January 17th at 2 p.m. It's being organized by his publisher.
What day is it now?
It is January 16th, so it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Very quick turnaround on the funeral.
Yeah, very quick. So let's go and visit the thing in New York and stay here for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head out to Emerson Imports then. Try and make your way over there. Right?
Yeah. No distractions. We're just walking all the way over there. Maybe a bus.
Does anyone
Do we need a
know-
driver?
Do we just walk there?
It is New York.
know
You
it.
can, I believe there's a subway at this point.
Yeah.
There are trains at least.
So wait, did we not go to that one night only Southeast Asian presentation thing?
That was. It doesn't have a date on it, but you found that yesterday at Jackson's.
It's like tonight at 8, so.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like 8 p.m. when you walked into his apartment, to his hotel room rather. So.
Okay, weird.
So you're all going to Emerson Imports.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
So eventually you make your way over. It's over near Hell's Kitchen in New York. It's in a long building on the Hudson. There are loading docks on opposite sides on both the short ends of the building. You walk up and there's people loading a ship, or unloading a ship rather. If you all walk up and you look around for a moment, a man smoking a cigarette actually comes up from behind you, and he says, I must ask, what are you all? Can I help you all with anything? We don't typically get many visitors. This is just an import place.
Do you know a man by the name of Jackson Elias?
I don't know. Did he import anything?
Do you know anybody by the name of Silas and Kwane? Huh?
Again, I don't really deal with the imports. You can talk to the owner. He's up in the building up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're literally useless.
Would you expect to just magically find the manager?
Can I
Maybe.
speak to the manager,
You
please?
wanna
speak to the manager?
Ask about anyone? You just assumed the first guy you found would have the information. The guy who approached you, like, too.
Hi, I'm the manager.
Thank you, sir.
So you all can make your way up to the building.
Yeah.
There's an office. It's up a set of metal stairs. There's an office. You'll knock on the door. Come in. This is an older gentleman. He's in his 50s, something like that.
Godfrey's with his people.
Can I help you all? I don't.
Well,
Are you looking to import something?
We're looking
Some kind of business
to.
deal?
import some information out of you. Do you know a guy?
I don't know if that's how importing works, but
Yeah, don't
sure?
mind him too much. Do you know a man by the name of Jackson Elias?
oh yeah, I know I know of Jackson Elias. He came in. He was asking some questions. he seemed to believe there was some kind of a connection between the exporter in Mombasa, Aja Singh, and some place here. It's a place that imports through us, the Juju House. He thought there was some kind of connection there. He was just asking to see our records, basically.
Was there anything that you were able to give him pertaining to that connection?
Not really. We facilitate the import of arts and such for the Juju House.
Also, has there been anyone else to come see you about this matter, about Jackson Elias? Maybe 3 men?
No, nobody's come to ask me about Jackson Elias. Jackson Elias told me a little bit. Why do you ask?
He's dead.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I tried to warn him against what he was doing.
What was he doing?
I offer my greatest condolences. Was he your friend?
She was our only
Of
friend.
sorts, yeah.
Our only friend.
She was my only friend.
Well, I'm extra sorry to you, but he told me that he intended to go speak to Silas and Kwane, who's my contact from the Juju House. I told him he shouldn't have gone. That guy makes my skin crawl. I only work with him because, well, the money still spends, so he can be creepy all he wants.
Okay. I mean, alright. You do you, man. I'm not gonna judge you for that. Do you know where we can find this Juju House, this Jew House, whatever it's called?
This Jew house. Way to go.
It's the
Yep.
it's Juju. Juju as in like the as in like the stuff.
Jujubee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Ransom Court in Harlem. It's I believe. I have a couple of my guys go over there from time to time to collect payments. I also had to go check out the building, obviously, before we started doing business. I believe it's the only building in that alley that is even afloat. It's hard to do business in an alley.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do business in an alley unless you're dealing drugs. You're not a drug dealer, are you?
No.
Do you know if Silas was caught up with any dangerous people, any...
I don't know that much about Silas. I know that he pays well for whatever's in those boxes from Mombasa.
You know, can we get?
I assume they're arts because that's
address?
supposed to be.
Can we get an address for him, and then we'll get out of your way.
The Juju House is 1 Ransom Court in Harlem.
Okay.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the information. Would you happen to know what's in the boxes, or are you just strictly for import of...
We don't check what's in our patrons' boxes. It is. I assume it's arts. I've been into the Juju House one time. They sell I don't know that there's much market for this over here, but they sell some kind of African arts and such like that.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, again, I offer my condolences for your friend.
I know. I think Amelia's still crying.
Is that a joke to you? This is a joke to you. I'm grieving over a friend, and this is a joke to you. You're laughing at me.
I thought you were still crying. I can only speak in witty jokes.
Prince.
She's crying because of your face.
Merrick!
Wow.
Now hush up.
Merrick.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, that was a good
Stop.
joke.
Stop making fun of grief.
Such a good
Buddy.
joke that Dog Cam got kicked.
Who did that?
What?
Couldn't have
Oh,
been
is your
me.
dog here too, Amelia?
Yeah, he just comes around.
Yeah. He's a little bit
Just making
older
sure.
now, but he was especially
strong.
helpful during my crying. He licked my tears off.
Solid.
He jumped up on.
He's like,
It went.
He went one jump
Yeah.
and licked one tear off, and then he jumped up back up, just up and down. Where do you guys want to go next? You can split up if you want. I don't know that you guys have many leads you'd like to follow.
I think we should all stick together because we might all be able to, unless y'all want to separate out. But I think it'd be good for all of us to be there to find first-hand information about this Juju house and the Harvard in Massachusetts. But that's kind of far, so I figured we would all go together for that.
yeah, I say, just for today, let's all go to the Juju house.
How do we want to do that? Do we want to pretend to just be looking at the artwork? Or do we want to just come in and start asking questions that might get people after us?
Well,
I mean, according to what we've gathered, I feel like maybe we should try to play this as safe as we can. And I like the idea of just trying to go in inconspicuously.
yeah,
Let's not try to put any flags on. I
it'd probably
Okay,
Hello.
but
it'd probably
Flower
be easier to get connected to Silas if we play it safe, like Amelia said. Like, just ask about art and seem interested in his business, other than bombarding him. I agree with Amelia.
okay, well, let's head out. Maybe I hope you all brought some things to defend yourself just in case things get rough.
I always carry my knives, Sam. Always.
I know that,
Where-
Merrick.
They're everywhere.
Are you guys coming into this expecting a fight? I don't.
A
No.
little bit.
Well, it seems
But-
like the guy, like, Elias met this man and then had people sent after him. So it
Sometimes extreme measures are needed to get information.
Okay.
But you never
Um,
know. We'll be inconspicuous, like Amelia said.
Sure. So you'll take a car or two to into Harlem. Eventually, find your way to.
Whose car are we
Take
taking?
a taxi there.
I can drive
Oh,
if you want me to.
Emma's frozen.
Oh,
No, no.
can you see me now?
Well, I can hear her. Can
Oh,
you not
yeah.
hear her?
All that matters. Yeah, no, I can hear her.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were frozen
If you
for
look
me
at the
for a second too.
You're
Yeah.
still frozen.
It's fine, Justin.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's okay. So you eventually make your way to Harlem. You. The taxi driver. Well, if any of you take a taxi, the whoever's driving doesn't know where One Ransom Court is, but they know they can get to Harlem. And you park your car somewhere. You walk around for a little bit. Eventually, you find this alley, and it's a really short alley, but it opens up into this square court, which is the ransom court. There is the Juju house with it's got a little sign, some windows, and then across the way there's the back door to another store that seems abandoned.
Wait, sorry, the first store was... What did it look like?
It's just like a storefront, like a glass door, and like
What
a.
is it? What's the outside look like? Like, is there windows looking in?
But yeah, it's like a storefront. There's like
What
windows and.
what can I see through the windows?
It looks like kind of like a. There's like an assortment of different like African items. There's like arts. There's some like ritual masks. There are like there's like a wall of assorted spices. There may be some drums. Different art pieces and just different things imported from Africa.
Can I go in there disguised as an art spire, like a very antiquish art spire?
Do you have an art spire disguise on you at this time?
I can make it up. I can do anything. Just kidding. But I have points in disguise, and I would like it to be put to you.
I think you need more planning to use a disguise.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna show up and walk in.
For sure.
Just a little bit more planning.
For sure. I'll use it later. I'll figure it out.
So you guys are here.
We're here.
Yeah. I want to go
talk.
inside the shop. Shoppity shop.
Is anyone going with her?
I will.
Okay.
I'll go. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like shopping.
Come on, Godfrey, come with us.
All right. So the five of you walk inside. There is a man standing, an African man standing behind the counter.
Does he look familiar, like the men
Nope.
we saw? Oh.
He's.
Is he wearing red threads?
Let me see. I don't believe so.
Oh.
I'm actually looking for his like description to see what he is wearing. He is a very thin. He's an old African American man. He wears it is bright red. It's called a shuka. You probably wouldn't know that, but it is like a traditional, like African dress blanket type thing, and sandals. And he looks up at all of you when you enter into the shop.
How does he react to me? Does he just,
Thought you had part of your face covered.
He looks at you for a moment longer, like his eyes land on you for like another second or two longer than everyone else, but doesn't react. You're a paying customer.
Okay.
Hello, good sir.
No, hello, ma'am. What can I help you with?
Just want to look around, see what you got here. I'm very interested in the arts.
Please be my guests. Looking around, there are all these art things, but there's this counter. There's a lot of rugs on the floor near the counter, across the way. Obviously, African rugs, African styling. Then there's also behind the counter there is like curtains, basically. If you look at the bottom of the curtains, there's no wall there. There's something on the other. There's like a room on the other side of these curtains.
Silas must have really good taste in his imports, I see. I make a point to
Silas?
emphasize Silas just a little bit so the man can hear me.
How did you know my name?
It's him. Oh, well, I heard around that a man named Silas did some imports of wonderful African art, and I just had to come see it. We had to come see it for our very own eyes.
Well,
I can confirm.
here it is. Welcome.
Hi, sir. I'm looking for some antiques to furnish my home. I have a new home with my husband. Do you have anything maybe exclusive? Something special I could bring home?
Well, ma'am, these are like African art pieces. They're like drums, and I don't know what your tastes are in decoration. But yeah. What are you looking for exactly? But there's plenty of these fine rugs. You can have anyone but except for the one behind the counter.
Maybe something
and that one and that one over there as well.
Maybe something that you don't necessarily show to all your customers. Something very nice and exclusive, fancy like.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Honestly, nothing in particular.
Honestly, all the wares we have are in this room. So
Okay.
you can look around, and that's what we have.
You know, my friend Jackson really loved African art.
Good for him. That's really good for him.
Rest in peace.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah.
I gotta bring up those dead everywhere.
Murdered.
Murdered.
It's a shame.
By a cult, I think.
But you know what? This art, it's beautiful.
You know,
Listen, I'm not sure what you're doing here exactly. It doesn't sound like you're actually shopping.
No, I find a rug.
Okay.
A nice purple rug. And I bring it. I was like, I call over to him. I was like, hey, what is the price on this one?
Considering that is exported from Africa, it's genuine. $15.
That sounds like a deal to me.
Okay. He takes the money and he starts rolling up the rug.
As she's like paying for that and stuff, I start looking around the shop and try to see if there's anything like weirder that stands out. Like maybe something like the symbol that was on Jackson's forehead or anything.
Nope.
And as she does that, I'm gonna ask if there's anything that might match my purple rug.
What kind of antiques would he have? I should have done a little bit more research on this. I was just planning on doing, the thing is, the reason I don't have an answer ready is because I was planning on just saying it was like general, like African art stuff, but now you're asking for like stuff that could be used as furniture.
I like purple.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I have anything in particular that would go incredibly well with this as far as furniture goes, but I do have this beautiful purple stone necklace, and it appears to be like little stones that are in like square shapes that go around on a string. Rectangular shapes. They're pretty stones. So, nice.
That is perfect. You have excellent taste. I would also purchase this one.
Okay. He does the price. You pay for it. And I guess I could have sold you a statue. Whatever. Well, thank you, ma'am. I wish your friends would either buy something or stop asking me such ridiculous questions.
Oh,
I don't have any money.
I agree. You know, it's hard for us. I was quite great friends with Jackson. I think we're all. It was very recent. I think we're all just very distraught. I'm really sorry for our question.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just weird. Do you go into every store and ask the clerk about your dead friends? Is that a typical thing?
No, I mean not for me.
I'm a very
I
talkative
can't- I
person to
can't-
the shop owners.
I can't speak for most people, but I am really sorry for the trouble we've caused you.
Pierce, would there be any fancy, maybe handmade or whatever knives?
Yeah,
Green knife collection.
yeah, it would be.
Okay. I look for one that's, it looks very interesting.
Mhm.
Very nice and sharp.
Sure.
But one that I can, conceal under my clothing or in a jacket on the inside of a jacket. Not too short, but like like a dagger. Like a medium to larger size dagger-ish.
Sure, yeah, you can find one. It's basically like a little bit crude. It appears to be more like a ritual dagger than anything, but the end is certainly sharp. It's a little bit. It's made out of stone, or like a metal, but it's crudely made, so it's a little bit wavy, and it's definitely more for rituals than for stabbing. So it's a little wavy, and then the end ends in like a tip or a point.
Like for forehead carving. Anyway, that was out of scene, but yeah.
This feels like a self-fulfilling prophecy more than anything.
Oh, it is. I'm so happy to find a knife. Anyway, I find, this is a knife, and I walk up to the counter and I say, "My good man Silas, I would love to own this lovely knife here, this dagger.
Sure, absolutely.
How much might this be?"
He gives you a price.
And I pay it. I put the money up front and I say thank you, and I slam it on the table and I give it to him.
You're
He gets
very
all my
welcome.
money. He gets all my money for the knives.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Just kidding. Not all my money.
Can I help you all with anything else? Or
No money.
Actually, yes. While we have you, do you know? I was just gonna ask if he, our friend
Hey,
Jackson might have come around.
Where were you last night, actually? Were you at the Hotel Chelsea at, I don't know, like 8 p.m.?
No, I was.
I'm joking. No, I know.
I was gonna say, my friend Jackson might have come around here to the shop because he loves the art. Do you know anyone by the name of Jackson Elias by chance?
No, I've never met. Not too many white people come through here, actually.
Huh.
They come to Harlem for the parties and then they leave.
Surprise. So no recollection.
No, If
Not
he
at
did
all.
come, he didn't tell me his name.
Okay.
Can I own an establishment in New York. It's quite popular. I would love to see how. I would just like to think on how some of your items here might fit there. Can I have your contact information? So then if I decide to do any furnishings or anything, I can contact you and we can work out something.
Sure, he gives you a little card. Just says, like, the Juju House phone number.
Okay.
I have a question about this fantastic knife that you sold me.
Mhm.
I can see that it looks like, now a lot of my knives are more for fighting skill, like for, fighting when needed, really, which isn't that often. I noticed that this one looks a little bit more different in the tradition. I've studied a lot of knives in my day, and it looks a little bit more ritualistic. Are there like different African rituals that people would use knives for?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of African rituals. I believe this one is from a West African tribe specifically. We get a lot of our stuff from East Africa, but
East Africa.
but this
Interesting.
one appears to be a little bit different from what I would expect.
Do you have any knives from East Africa?
Yeah, we have plenty. In
Any
fact,
knives like this?
Sure, we have ritual knives.
From East Africa?
Yes.
Any with like flower type carvings on it?
No.
Oh, that's okay. I really love the symbol of the lotus. I think it's very representative of opening up.
Mhm.
But anyway, I would all right. I'll buy another knife
Okay.
from like Eastern Africa. I want 2 sides of Africa knives.
Sure. You find pretty quickly another
Yeah.
another knife from East Africa.
I love it.
Dig in
I
the-
buy it right
you
then
dig.
and there. All right. Thank you, good sir.
Good day to you all. He kind of wipes off the counter and then picks up the phone as you all are leaving.
Oh.
Can I make a listen check?
Yeah,
I can
me.
hear what he said.
Yeah. Can I also? I was literally about to.
Um,
Can we listen in?
I'm gonna say no because he's like dialing. You dial the number and then you wait for like the operator, and then you tell the
Yeah.
operator who you
Yeah.
want to talk to.
I forgot.
Right, it's the 20s. I forgot.
So probably not, without making it super obvious.
Yeah.
Can I check out the abandoned like kind of front that was also in that alley?
Yeah, sure. So across the way, there's a door to what appears to be some kind another like just general antique shop. And this is like it's like long abandoned. It's like dusty and cobwebs and stuff inside. If you look,
I go inside.
I go inside.
you
right
would
with her.
need. How are the door is boarded up?
Okay.
Can I? Is the window boarded up?
Yeah, it would be too tight to fit through.
Can I
I can't.
try to break it by kicking or ramming my?
I don't think we
Side.
should just go around breaking random windows.
Well, it'd be the wood.
Excuse me,
that
this one.
stuck
Excuse
for
me,
the
this
door.
one. This one. Sorry, this one is like padlocked, so you can try and
Oh.
break the padlock. It would
Like
be,
using the butt of my knife. Can I like do that? Because I don't have it.
Sure, it would be a hard strength roll.
I can.
All right, we'll do it.
Can I try right after her?
Sure.
Yeah, nope, that was a fail. For sure.
I got a 16, and my strength is 70. So, let's go.
Your strength is 70.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. I thought it was lower for some reason. Okay, so heading inside, the inside of this is it's dusty and it's quite cold. It's January, so there's like snow on the ground, and obviously this is abandoned and there's no heat. Yeah, it's they're like rows of empty glass cabinets and shelves and bookshelves, and you can hear lots of like scuttling noises occasionally, like randomly.
It's a lot of scuttling noises.
Is there any weird things that stand out as I walk around and look?
Is this a tight
Examining.
space?
It's it is a little bit tight. It's a little bit claustrophobic.
Okay.
So, I mean, unless antiques are weird to you, then nah, it's just a pretty run-of-the-mill antique shop.
Anything that looks out of place, like maybe something that doesn't have a lot of dust on it, or looks Like just strange, any
No.
doors, any entryways from somewhere inside?
Nope. It's you look around for a while. It's an antique shop. Abandoned.
Mm.
Merrick, I'm starting to sweat a little bit. You know, this place is kind of tight.
Maybe we should head out of here.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any.
I guess so.
It's a pawn shop, but same
Oh.
thing. Similar,
Okay.
Similar scene.
Okie doke.
Wait, is there a cash register?
There is, but it's open and
Oh.
dusty, and cobwebs are filling it.
Oh.
There's no money to steal.
You could steal a cabinet if you'd like.
Is there anything in
Just
the
like
cabinet?
carrying this like big cabinet.
No, not really.
Oh,
There's maybe like some glassware stuff, like some glasses, cups.
no, we don't need that.
Not good enough. Okay. So I'll say it's probably evening-ish now. You guys have any leads you seriously want to follow up on before the
Going to
funeral
Harvard.
tomorrow?
Oh, funeral, right.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jackson died.
I just want
No.
to say I don't think I got about anything that happened since
That's
like
okay.
we ate breakfast at the green room.
Not much happened.
All right, dope.
There were
I
some
got
clues,
two-
but it wasn't. A
I
ton.
got two like knives, daggers, like ritualistic knives. That one's from West Africa, one's from East Africa. I'm really excited about it.
Whoa, that's pretty dope.
I have a lot of knives on my person right now. I'm
Sir
just gonna
Godfrey
say that.
said that word for word.
Whoa.
Well, it's pretty dope.
I have knives that could help skin an animal. What are you talking about? I know
Merrick.
that excites you.
Awesome.
Do y'all want to go to Schuyler Hall in New York University and just see if there's any information on the slideshow that Elias attended?
Sure.
Sure.
That sounds like a great idea, Sam.
Yeah.
NYU in the evening.
All right. I mean, Sam attended NYU, so apparently.
I thought he went to Columbia.
Yes, Sam.
That was-
you
that was a
those
joke that I
alumni
said.
Connections.
No, like the school, Columbia.
Yeah, that was a joke that I
Yeah.
said.
Oh.
Yeah. So you head to NYU. This will probably be the last thing you're able to do today. And you walk in through the front door. Well, the front door. You walk into campus. So, I was imagining a store again, and it's not. You walk onto campus. You head over to the, I believe it was the theater, the Schuyler Hall. You walk over in that direction. Appears to be like a theater hall, basically. There's some people milling around, some students walking around campus.
Cool. Oh, college students. I
Well-
used to see these every day.
Don't you still do?
Yeah,
Not
you,
anymore.
yeah, you
Community
do.
college?
You're a community college.
Yeah.
Well,
Who was the name of the person? It was Skylar. What?
What?
No, we're
So-
asking about the lecture by Professor Anthony Cowles.
At
Anthony Cowles, right?
Schuyler Hall, something like that.
Someone from NYU is probably gonna listen to this and go, "There."
Well, it's like SCHUYLER
That's
on the
that's
handout.
Skylar. That's
That's
Skylar.
Skylar. It's Skylar.
Why is it?
Have
Why
you
is it got a
listened to
U?
Hamilton?
It's in
Have
here.
you
Yeah,
listened to
Oh
Hamilton?
no, I haven't
Trying to-
actually.
The Schuyler sisters, Elizabeth
Yeah.
Schuyler,
Oh,
married Alexander Hamilton.
good for her. Anyway, so you all head
It
to
wasn't.
Schuyler Hall. You all head to Schuyler Hall. Again, students milling about. What would you do? You gonna seek somebody out?
The dude that did the lecture, I would
Well,
presume.
He's probably not there at this moment.
He
but-
is an Australian who teaches at Arkham University, and he was a guest lecturer at NYU.
Do they
Right,
have
right.
like a tape of it. Like
Are you gonna
sometimes they
break in?
film.
Well, I don't know
Yes,
if they'd have a
actually.
tape at this point.
I don't know.
But maybe
Or
they
like-
have some sort of secretary or
No,
just some person that works there that we can ask.
Yes.
Sure, you walk into the front door. There's like a young college student sitting at the desk. Sitting
work
at
study. I see.
like a desk, yeah. Well, hello. Are you all looking to buy a ticket to a lecture, or a play even?
We're actually here to ask about a play that has already happened. When was the Cult of Darkness shown here?
Hold on, just a moment. She pulls out like a little book, a little booklet. She's like paging through. Oh, I see. Cult of Darkness. That was a guest lecture given by a professor of the occult from Arkham University. He was guest lecturing here. It was pretty informative. It was a little out there, I won't lie. He's probably back at Arkham University right now if you desperately want to seek him out, but that's kind of a far trip. Massachusetts.
Yeah,
It's actually not a far
Aren't we
trip
going
at all.
to Massachusetts when we go to Harvard?
Yeah.
Hint,
Yeah, we
hint,
could-
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, thank you for the information. You have a nice day.
You as well. She kind of sits back down.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah. Interesting situation, but okay.
You're like, hey, can we hear about this one guy's lecture? She gave you the information. You're like, all right, bye. See ya.
Cool. That's all we needed. We needed to know where he was. Down.
Okay, so it's nighttime.
Like dinner time, nighttime, or like nighttime, nighttime.
Like nighttime. I assumed you guys were like stopping to eat and stuff. Unless you guys
Like
want
a
to act
hot
that out
dog
every
stand.
time.
We're not gonna act.
You guys can
No.
definitely discuss the day before you head to bed. However, what
Okay.
happened throughout the day. If you guys ever want to stop and discuss like that's not at a stopping point, we can find a reason for you to do that.
Okay, tie my shoes.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like stop for coffee or stop for lunch or whatever.
Stop for oatmeal.
Yeah.
I'm more of a
Yeah.
stop for tea kind of guy myself.
Ugh,
Stop for
British.
crumpets.
Ugh, British
I'm more of a
people.
I'm
I'm
gonna
more
keep
of a
playing
stop
the
for
card.
alcohol kind of person.
Wow.
I
We're all
want all
just
the
drinking
booze.
different things.
Day drinking, after breakfast drinking. Sounds
And
good.
night drinking.
If you saw her this morning, like
It's all
during breakfast
drinking.
drinking.
All the, how do you think I stay awake
Justin-
so long? How
Justin,
do you
I'm-
think I have
Justin-
the energy to hunt people down?
Justin, I'm
It's the
sorry.
alcoholism.
Did you get timed out in our Twitch chat?
Yeah,
For
because-
spamming caps.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
I just screamed chaotic stream because like there was a bunch of audio issues in the beginning.
I can't even find it. Love that.
Oh my god.
Very cool.
Oh
Anyway,
wait, I see it.
Biggest
I
fan.
see it.
anyhow, we'll
Sorry.
probably if you guys want to discuss what happened today, especially for the benefit of one Sir Harold Godfrey.
Yeah.
Harold,
then we will-
not Howard.
Ah, I keep doing that. I've done that like twice now. Sir Harold. Harold
Corrected
Godfrey.
you.
Almost did it a third time. Sir Harold Godfrey, for the benefit of him, because he had an issue.
I
If
mean,
you guys want to discuss what you found for the day in character.
I found a very nice shrub. It's purple.
Merrick found
oh,
two
and a
knives.
necklace, right? Oh, let me tell my knife
No.
story.
Oh, come on, Merrick.
Well, she found beautiful things. They're all purple.
Yes. I love the color purple.
I
What a
have
great
two
book.
knives, as you can see. It's got a very nice sharp tip. I could carve things.
Yeah, that's what a knife is.
No, this one's very specific. I can do a nice fine point carving into wood or other things.
Are you like a sculptor, Merrick? Do you have like some hidden talent that I never knew of?
No.
No.
But if you're
This is
angry
well
at
off
your
track.
wife, but if you're angry at your wife for leaving you, I can help you out.
How? Oh wait.
I don't think he has the money for that.
Are you gonna marry me?
Not that way.
Oh.
Keep
Do
it
we
in
have
mind.
Story on that? What?
Oh.
What? Like, did she just not like you anymore?
He got ugly and she left.
But he was
Wow.
already kind of
Right?
ugly.
Oh my
Well,
god.
no, I said that out of character. I said that out of character, just to like let you know. Cause like
He wasn't already.
Am I-
ugly.
he was
Yeah,
supposed to
it
be
was
like
beautiful.
super handsome.
Yeah.
Was?
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh wow.
He was like narcissistic. That's why he looked in the reflection of the mask to see himself again.
But oopsie
Well.
doopsies.
Well, yes, Godfrey, yes. We went to the imports, the Juju house, asking about Silas because Jackson Elias had wanted to know about some connections between some places in Africa and the house in question dealing with Silas. The man at Emerson Imports was actually quite wary of Silas. Didn't really like Jackson going around, but I don't know. I didn't spot anything peculiar about him. But what do I know?
Yeah, what do you do, Merrick?
I know how to throw a knife.
Wait, do you? Do you know how to
And-
throw a knife? Throw? Throw? Come on, throw a knife right.
I can throw it. Won't aim very well. I know
You
how
know
to
how-
wield one.
Yeah, we don't know. I even know how the woods went. I wasn't even paying attention. I was paying attention to Godfrey's story. Oh, Godfrey, you gotta tell that story again. Just like, it's so good. I know you wrote in your book, but like hearing it firsthand.
No. Read the novel.
All right. I will go over what happened today, I guess.
Oh, I thought I did a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right,
They went to
Jackson's ghost.
They went to
That's like the
Emerson
main
Imports. Yeah, they went to Emerson Imports asking about Jackson Elias. Arthur Emerson, the guy there, said, "Hey, I've heard of him. He came around asking about some connections between the Juju house and the person we're importing from in Mombasa, Aja Singh. Then he warned about going to see Silas and Kwane. He said he warned Jackson Elias from doing that. They went to go see Silas at the Juju house, and he seemed like a chill guy. He sold them some things, and then
He's very nice.
yep, very
Purple
nice.
things and knives.
And then they found out that they could go see that guy who gave the guest lecture at NYU in Arkham University.
Oh, right. I forgot about that part.
Thank you, Jackson's ghost.
You're welcome.
He's there when you need him.
Yep. So you all
How
had.
did Godfrey feel about the green room?
Yeah,
It
how
was
did you-
okay. A little bit too much secrecy for my liking.
People were rude
But
there.
it was
Was-
better than the front of the house. For sure. A cozy establishment.
Cozy.
Do we want to
I
meet
mean,
there
it-
in the morning?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I head off to the Archer as Marjorie Eltner.
Do I sneak in as well?
Margarine?
Marjorie.
Margarine?
Margarita? Marge, am I just gonna like climb up
Don't
through the
call
window?
me Mar.
Okay.
Don't call me Mar.
Don't call me Marge. Sorry, everything cut out.
So where am I sleeping? I hitchhiked all the way here.
You can sleep on my hotel
If you
floor.
have to, you can sleep in...
Merrick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, if you want to stay with Sam, by all
No.
means, please stay with
I
him.
can't.
You do have some money, by the way. Like,
No, I don't.
You don't have like a spare few dollars or something?
we have to go over what your credit rating means exactly, because you would have the money to like get to New York,
Survive.
and pay for even if it's a crappy hotel, a hotel.
The hitchhiking
Merrick-
was just because Phillips was still actually crazy. He never really was.
Yeah, he had the money. He just really didn't want to like.
Hey, but Princeton has standards.
They're not above hitchhiking, but he has them.
Yeah, they exist.
But yeah, I have a hammock at my apartment. You can sleep in.
Of course you would.
A hammock or the floor. I would take the hammock if I were you.
Fine. Sam.
Because I got him for
Eventually-
one night, and he hadn't taken a shower, so it smelled. You can have him next.
Eventually, you all decide the sleeping arrangements. Sounds like Princeton's going with Sam. You go to sleep. It's a pleasant night. You're a little haunted by the death of your close friend.
Episode
little-
haunted.
Little wearying to see your friend like with his guts pulled out, but you know the night passes calmly. You all meet up at that restaurant in the green room. What would you guys like to do before the funeral at 2 p.m.?
I get
will-
another
I'm gonna-
mimosa with no orange juice and another Adler whiskey.
You could just ask for a glass of champagne.
But it sounds more fun when I do the mimosa but hold the orange juice. Merrick likes to have fun sometimes.
You know what? I like to have fun too. I want an Appletini.
Could you explain what that
Princeton
is?
wants to go wild. Yeah, please, Princeton, explain what that is.
I don't play around. When I say I want an Appletini, I mean
It sounds like Princeton may be mind Googling it as we speak.
I mean, when I say Appletini, I mean a cocktail containing vodka and one or more apple juice, apple cider, apple liquor, or apple brandy.
The waiter just looks at you as you explain that.
My eyes are up here.
I can certainly put some apple juice in a cup for you, young man.
Oh, with the vodka though.
With vodka.
Sure.
You said
Okay.
an Appletini, mister.
It sounds like a grown-up orange juice. Or apple juice.
I mean,
Apparently this was created in 1996. So,
oh,
make it on the spot. You know what I mean by an Appletini.
Princeton actually invented the Appletini.
Little known fact.
it was known for
It was-
one thing,
it
and
was-
it was the Appletini.
It was passed down from generation to generation, and unfortunately, his like great granddaughter did not give him any credit when she released it to the world in 1996. Is that the
No.
title? Is that the title? The invention of the Appletini.
I want an Appletini. Mind Googling an Appletini.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Anyhow,
Anyway,
Can I get some oatmeal with some brown sugar?
they're
put a
gonna
little
say like,
spice.
"Can I get some oatmeal?" But instead of using like hot water to make it, can you use like vodka?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I'm just gonna have some English breakfast tea.
Ooh, can I try some?
Do they have toast?
Of my teacup.
Yes.
Sure, they have toast.
Actually,
yeah,
one
New
cup of
New
tea.
York is well known for their bagels. I'm gonna have a bagel.
No, I mean, like, could I get my own cup of English breakfast tea?
I don't know that they'd have bagel. They're not really a breakfast place. They're like
Everywhere should have a bagel. But fine, I'll have some toast.
I don't even think in New York today everywhere has bagels.
I think only bagel places have bagels.
You're able to get some toast. They have some tea. They got some breakfast tea for you.
Is there jam?
There's jam.
Is there
Great.
peanut butter?
Sure.
Yes!
They have to
peanut.
bring all of the stuff from the restaurant
Yeah.
in the front. They don't
Yeah.
have it back there.
Yeah, it's all alcohol back here.
I spread peanut butter and jam on my
They have
toast.
like a line of people like tossing things so that they can get it back there faster for you guys.
It's very important. We're with a Greenwald.
Very demanding on this restaurant that is short-staffed because they're mostly a night restaurant, and you're in here
Oh,
like
I didn't
at,
know
like,
that.
9 a.m. Fire up the grills, boys!
I don't think making oatmeal and toast is that hard.
Yeah.
But they also made a full English breakfast, right? Or was
No,
that
he
English
just
tea?
asked for tea.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where would you guys like to go before the funeral?
How much time do we have?
I'll say it's like 9:30, 10 by the time you guys finish. So, like, you have a lot of time. But
Boys, we need to get a suit. We need to dress up for this.
Alright, we have to
one.
dress
I
nice.
don't need to get one.
Okay.
he's wearing one currently.
Amelia,
Basically,
Amelia,
yeah.
do you want to go shopping with me so I can find something nice? I mean, I have black clothes, but they're really all for like,
Assassinating.
not assassin. I'm not an assassin, but for
Like a
stealth,
ninja.
combat. Working, manual working type clothes.
Sam,
yeah.
wanna...
I suppose that you would have good taste. Oh my gosh, yes.
I have clothes here, so I might just go to the library and do a
They don't-
little
I'll wear
bit
it.
of research.
Okay, can I come with you girls? I need...
The silence.
I don't have much... Can you...
Are you gonna ask us to pay for it?
Is that a
Princeton, I
problem?
can give you $10 to get a decent suit.
A Macy's suit.
I think this will cover the shower.
You can take a free shower in an apartment or the hotel.
Since
You have
when?
options.
We could
Right,
get like a plastic bag and you could cover the wrap.
Suffocates in the shower. At least he smells good when he dies. So Amelia, I guess he could come. What do you think?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
You all spend the time before the funeral shopping for
Yeah.
dresses and just some black dresses and a decent suit for Princeton. What are Sam and Godfrey doing in the meantime?
I'm at the library just looking up the basics on the Fenhu Foundation.
The Penhew Foundation?
Fenhu.
Okay. I'll tell you what, because you're in New York, roll me a library use check.
Oh no.
You'll find
I-
something, but this
I failed.
Okay. It is a foundation based around Egyptology based in London. You don't know very much about what they do, except that they're involved in Egypt sometimes, and they have some artifacts and stuff at their main location in London.
Okay.
That's all you can really find on them. Sir Godfrey, what do you get up to in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm tagging along with Sam or I'm just going I don't know. They're like an opera house or
Shopping.
something.
You're gonna go to a morning opera?
Yeah.
I don't think that there are morning
Before a
operas.
funeral?
Like
You
a
sure?
matinee or something.
So like
see
a
us-
morning opera?
Yeah, is that a thing?
It would be in matinee around the morning till around 2 p.m. ish. It would be a matinee.
1920s matinee. I didn't expect this, to be fair.
I know they do that for like plays and shows. I
Yeah.
would think that they would do it for operas as well. Local theater nerd. That's out of character.
Sure,
Merrick was about that.
sure. You would be able to catch like a play. That's fine. Morning, matinee.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
Sounds like rich enough for me.
It's a rendition of a Shakespeare play,
Romeo and
it's
Juliet?
Augustus Caesar is the one.
No, Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Oh my
Augustus is the character.
Gotcha.
What do you mean? What?
Augustus Caesar?
Augustus Caesar?
Why? That is also a person. All right, hey, this is Pierce from the following day. As you can tell, I'm wearing a different shirt. I cut out a bit here. We cut it out of the podcast version too, because we argued about this for far too long. I just, my argument was just that it didn't matter that I got it wrong, because it's not that big of a play, and Augustus Caesar is an actual person in the play also as well. But either way, I made the mistake, and it's not that big of a deal, so I'm not going to make you sit through however many minutes that was. Here's the rest of the stream. You eventually waste enough time to get to waste time. Some of you are actually doing kind of important things. You eventually get to the funeral. You would have found the place the funeral was in on from the paper. It is in a cemetery. I have the name of the cemetery. I thought I wrote it down, but I suppose I didn't. The cemetery, as you approach, there's not a very big crowd in the actual funeral. There are a bunch of journalists standing outside of the cemetery, but on the grounds there is a priest and a couple of people, and that's about it. It's Cypress Hill Cemetery. That's what it is in Brooklyn. As you're all walking up, a man comes up and he shakes your hand. He shakes one of your hands. He goes, "Oh, the friends of Jackson Elias. It's so good to finally meet you. My name is Jonah Kensington. I manage the Prospero House. We published Jackson's works. If any of you have any questions or want to talk about Jackson, or I actually have some things I'd like to discuss with you all about Jackson. So if you'd please come by the Prospero House at some point, I would really appreciate that."
What house?
The
Prospero.
Prospero House.
Will you be there later today or free?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I'll also be there tomorrow. I don't really have too much going on right now. I'm the editor, so the authors go do whatever it is they do, and they send the stuff in to me, or they write it in the Prospero. Anyway, it's the industry talk. You get it.
Corporate America.
This is like a very small publishing.
I know. It's like. Okay.
Please come sit down. And he kind of motions all of you to come sit down. The ceremony is
Also,
very.
my husband is here.
Your husband
What?
is here.
Reginald is here.
Reginald
He was.
Greenwald.
Jackson was in our wedding. Of course, my husband.
Reginald walks up after all of you have been seated, and he's like, I hope I'm not too late.
Hi, Reginald.
Who is this?
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
It's good to
Harold,
meet.
Sam, Merrick, how are all of you doing?
It's good to finally meet you.
Yes,
the
I've heard so much about all three of you.
esteemed husband of Amelia.
Wait, what does he look like?
He is tall, dark, and handsome,
Wow,
I
that's
knew
what
it.
I was gonna
I
say.
I knew it.
with charming blue eyes.
Ooh.
Nice, but how's he dressed?
Very, very nice. He's very rich.
What
Why-
a dapper-looking young man!
How
A pleasure
dare
to
you.
meet you, Reginald.
Howard,
Harold Reginald. Please.
I don't know why I keep calling you Howard. Harold.
Howard
I'm
Stern?
just gonna call you Godfrey from now on, and everything, just because I cannot stop doing that. Apparently, Harold, Henry Howard Taft, my good man.
Please call me Godfrey.
Sir Godfrey, my good man. How is I read your book actually. It seems it did seem a bit embellished, but
Oh, of course, for
it
the
was-
children.
it was good. It was a good narrative.
Why,
Children
thank you,
reading
my
about
good
hunting animals.
man. It's nice to see that you appreciate fine literary works when they come across your lap.
Do you do much hunting otherwise? You seem to know what you were doing with that jaguar.
Do I do much hunting? Please! How dare you ask me that, Reginald? One day, me and you, we have to go to Africa. I have a lovely villa down there in Kenya. Have you ever shot an elephant, Reginald?
I've never done that. We'll have to go at some time.
We sure will. We
I
sure
like
will.
hit
It'll
him
be amazing.
a little bit. I like kick him.
He's like, what? I'm trying to make a good impression on your friends.
Warning: hunting elephants is illegal
Yeah.
today.
Not in the 1920s, it's not.
Not
Well, actually,
in the 1920s.
it probably is, but who cares?
At the
That's
funeral, you're like,
Not if you're rich.
yeah.
Yeah, hunting elephants.
in the 1920s, it might be in certain colonies, but almost certainly not the British colonies.
It's only illegal if you're not rich.
Yeah.
Wait.
I would also imagine the 1920s people didn't really care as much about.
That's what I'm
that.
thinking.
Yeah.
When did?
Um.
The international ban, like the trade ban, was in 1989.
Yeah, that's weird.
Merrick, where
yeah,
it
no
was
one
only
cares.
it was only illegal in the 1980s. So
1989. That's
Wow.
in the 1980s,
That's
like
like
is when it like
60 years
officially
from now.
became
Merrick,
illegal.
where-
That's because like hundreds of
Merrick, are you
thousands
look like a supercomputer?
elephants were dying.
what is a
Mine
what is a
Googled.
computer?
Mine Googled.
Anyhow, so the ceremony's short. Maybe like
computer.
there are like 3 people there. Maybe like one other person shows up in the middle. Afterwards, the priest says final words, and he invites anyone to stand up and say what they thought of the Jackson Elias.
Guess that's me.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Can I put a hand on his shoulder right there? Professor,
say,
I
like-
do not think that's you.
I've been ignored this entire trip, so get your hands off me while I say my word. Jackson? Elias?
oh.
Elias.
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 Now,
Reginald
okay.
says from the chair.
Yeah, I want to say that was in character. I know you really didn't immediately forget how to say his name.
Oh my god.
He was a good man. In Peru, he saved my life. I think that's what they tell me. I'm pretty sure. I only read the book that Godfrey wrote. I was away mentally. You know, a lot of things happened. There was a worm going in my eye. A lot happened. But I really did appreciate him. You know, when we went to Peru, we got to meet his girlfriend. I'm probably this village full of beautiful children. And when we got to the pyramid, he saved us. He saved me. He saved me and Amelia from dying of a noxious gas explosion. Without him, I would not be here. So, thank you. Thank you, Jackson.
Pour one out for the homie.
That was nice.
Merrick,
I
you
just
want to
wanted
get
to
up?
say that. I just wanted to say, like, he was a good man, trustworthy man, which is hard to come by these days. And
I'm here.
he brought some of us together. That some of them are good people.
Reginald stands up.
Nice.
What does Reginald say? Oh, you're gonna ask me?
What did he say?
From the stories that my wife has told me, Mr. Elias, Mr. Elias was a great man. It's a shame what happened to him.
That's it.
He's never met the guy, and his wife just pushed him up out of his chair.
Hey, no,
I thought he was at the wedding.
Oh,
He was
Come on,
at your
Pierce.
wedding.
okay. So he's met him. He's met
Yes.
him
Yeah.
briefly.
Briefly.
They
He was
planned a
in the
big
wedding party.
He's wealthy.
He was in the wedding party.
Yeah, there were like 100 people at the wedding party. There's like so many people. He's rich. There's a million
No,
people.
the wedding party is
No, the
like
wedding
your,
party.
your bachelors and your bachelor, like the
And-
Why would Reginald? Hold on, Reginald didn't agree to that. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Why would Reginald? Reginald doesn't know this guy. Hold
He's
on.
been keeping contact with them for like years, sending them Christmas
All right,
letters.
fine.
and, like,
I will say that Reginald said something else. Okay.
I just realized that that this guy didn't pay for my surgery.
Oh my god.
I was broke. That's all I gotta say on that matter. Maybe he wasn't such a great guy after all.
Anyhow, Reginald stands up and he goes, from all the stories that my wife has told me and how amicable, it was more funny the second time, how amicable he was at our wedding. Mr. Elias was a great man, and I only wish that he could have lived longer for us to not only see what he would have achieved in his future, but also so he could see what his friends would do going forward. He doesn't have any more experiences with this guy. I don't know what you want from me.
Well said, Reginald. Well said.
yeah.
All right. At this point,
The priest is like, "Come on, get it over with."
no. At this point, Jonah Kensington stands up, and Jonah goes, Jackson was, before anything, a good man. I suppose, if you wanted to expand on that, he was also a good writer. He went places that none of us would dare to expose murders and death cults and make a lot of enemies. And you know, he helped Prospero House a lot. He was one of our top grossing authors, but before my employee, I would call Jackson Elias my friend. He told me stories of these people. these people he went to Peru with, the stories in which he saved them, they helped him. He told me that they saw things that I wouldn't even believe, and yet they were there for him as he was there for them. It's a shame that he's gone too soon. And he sits down. The priest comes forward. He says some final words. And it's January, so the ground is like really hard. So he's not getting put in the ground right now. But the funeral ends.
This is cold, so his body won't rot that fast.
They have ways of like storing them until.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the outside conditions probably helped.
As
For
everyone
like
kind of
viewing.
As everyone kind of stands up and moves to leave, another man and his, I believe it's a little girl, a younger girl. They walk up to you all, and the man goes, I can't stop right now and talk, but my name is Carlton Ramsey. I'm a lawyer. I'm Jackson's lawyer. I'm also the executor of his will. It seems that you all are the sole recipients of Jackson Elias's estate. The official time that I put for the will reading was the 19th, the afternoon of the 19th. Considering all of you are the only, you all and one Jack Brady are the only recipients of anything from his will, I'd be willing to reschedule that if you would just call me. So again, the reading's on Monday, and here is my card. He hands you a card with a number on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Do you know
look.
who Jack Brady is? I've never heard of him before.
Jack Brady?
That's Gavin.
That's Gavin.
Ah! Never mind. Forget about that.
Total stranger. Sorry,
Oops.
Gavin.
Or it's Jack Douglas, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's actually my
Jack
bad.
Douglas.
Jack Brady. Jack
Right.
Douglas.
That
All in
may
green.
or may not be another character that exists in this campaign. There's a lot of Jacks apparently now because Gavin picked Jack.
Oh my
Jackson.
god.
Yeah, so Jack Douglas, one Jack Douglas. I hope Gavin doesn't take offense to that when he listens back to this.
Oops.
Sorry.
So
Don't play
as
Despacito.
oh my god, as you're all leaving the funeral, a lot of the reporters go to Jonah Kensington because he's known as Jackson's publisher. But one, a young woman with dark brown hair, and it's kind of tied back but also kind of loose. She approaches all of you.
It's the girl.
Are you all the friends of Jackson Elias? You were all friends with him, correct?
We
Yeah.
know him.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some questions.
Any
One-
inquiries about his estate can be left with my lawyer.
None about his estate. I actually have one question in particular.
Yes.
Do any of you think that there's any connection between the murder of Jackson Elias and the murder of the murders that Hilton Adams has been connected to?
Hilton Adams?
Yes, the 8 murders over the past 2 years, all
Yeah.
similar carvings. Do you think this is a copycat, or do you think that maybe Hilton Adams is part of a larger group, or do you think maybe that Hilton Adams is entirely innocent of his crimes. What I'm interested in hearing what you all think.
I think that this is very insensitive to ask me right now.
At a funeral
Our
too.
friend just died.
Well,
Listen,
You're such a jerk.
personally, I think I don't know how. I don't think it's just any coincidence. Same carving, and Jackson was looking into cults, and I do believe that symbol might have had something to do with a cult. So I think it probably was connected. But as Miss Greenwald said, this is a very
well, I
wild-
would assume
don't
that
think this was the place.
I would assume that the friends of Jackson Elias would want to get to the bottom of the murders. Listen.
Oh, I do.
Perhaps you're correct.
Could we talk with the man accused of the 8 murders?
Perhaps. Listen. Come talk to me first. My name is Rebecca Schosenberg. I am. I'm a reporter for the New York Times. I'll be there all afternoon and tomorrow. Jack Douglas.
Yeah.
I know him. He works. He's a relatively new hire.
Awesome.
He's out of town, but he should be on.
Right.
Last I heard, he's on the way back.
Unless you have any information to give to us about what happened to Jackson, I don't think we need to be speaking to the press on this matter.
Well, if you want to get to the bottom of what happened, it might be a good idea to come see me.
Okay.
Q walks off. I think that could be where we end it.
It would have been such an ominous cliffhanger if she just brushes. I have something to say to you, and there.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Well, chaotic episode, but
Technical issues galore.
Yeah, technical issues on all sides of the aisle.
Except my audio was Gucci lit this time.
Your audio just glitched a little bit there. Oh,
Irony.
Emma just left. I don't. Oh, there she is.
I was just kicked off for no reason.
Nice. Anyhow,
Timing.
the cameras are messed up now, but no matter. It's the end of the episode. That's fine. So, I hope you all enjoyed this first session in New York City of Masks of Nyarlathotep. We'll rejoin our party, our investigators, next week, where they will try and figure out what is really going on with the murder of Jackson Elias. Who did it? What was he investigating? We'll find out some of that next week.
In the meantime, thank you, Milo Paulus, for the theme song. If you're listening to this on Spotify, rate us 5 stars. I don't know how you do that, but you should do that. Especially if you're listening on Apple, if we're on there.
Are we on Apple yet?
I don't know. But if you happen to be listening to this on Apple, then go ahead and give us some good vibes, positive reviews, and whatever podcast listening platform you're on. It really helps us out. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share the video, follow us on Twitter at NotJustAnyPod, and also follow us on Twitch. I mean, I don't know if you're watching the VOD, but follow us at twitch.tv/NotJustAnyRPG.
Yes. We'll see you all next week.